Hey, hey, folks! Welcome back. Welcome back. We are closing in on day. What the fuck? Sorry. Oh, it started to itch. That's not a good-looking camera. We are well. We are moving into day three. Day three. What's going on? Day three of Florida versus Alicia Andrews, and oh, it's not been too good 2 days for the prosecution, in my opinion. But I mean, seriously, how desperate do you have to be as a prosecutor if you have to claim that texts sent between two teenage girls talking about uh, trap artists and refer to them as consciousness of guilt? Yeah. We talked about it yesterday. This is dress rehearsal for when the actual perpetrators, alleged perpetrators, get their trial. Alicia gets her trial first, as I was reminded. Thank you, chat. Because she didn't void the speedy trial. So now they have to try her on evidence with only her there. I could imagine if all five were there, it would be a lot easier to just lump her in with the rest of them. But now, on her own, so far it's very weak. I mean, the case in itself, no, it's not a weak case. It's just a weak case against her. So, this is. And apparently, Law and decided to private day two. All right. Lucky for me, I have Mavka. And she took me to the trial trackers. Let's see here. So we get to the right point at the trial. Do we recognize that guy? No, we haven't seen Alverson. All right, I think this. That's here. That's. All right, we will just have to wait and see. 1.25. Dun dun dun. And let's. Yeah. So yeah. There they are, trial trackers. Thank you for having it all recorded. Thank you so much. Go and subscribe to them. And I will put myself up here instead. And then I will put your chat down there. Let's see what overlay. There. All right. Let's go with this for today. Don't be confused. This is not the Trial Trackers channel. I'm just using their footage. Well, it's not their footage. They stream the trial just as I do. But they at least have it up. While Law and Crim is privatized. Probably because they got some kind of claim or there's some gore. I don't know. Hi, Molly, saying the case isn't strong enough, in my opinion. I agree. So far, there's extremely vague references, in my opinion. But let's go and let's see
Would you please state your name and spell your last name?
Detective David Alverson, A-L-V as in Victor, E-R-S-O-N.
How are you employed, sir?
I'm currently employed as a detective with the within the Criminal Investigations Division for the City of Tampa Police Department.
How long have you worked for the City of Tampa?
Approximately 14 years.
With the Tampa Police Department?
Yes, sir.
Prior to that, did you work for an agency in Rhode Island?
Yes, I did.
And what agency was that?
The town of Johnson, Rhode Island?
And was that a police department?
Yes, it was.
All right. How long did you work for that city police department?
About 8 years.
All right. And were you at that time certified by Rhode Island standards as a law enforcement officer?
Yes, I was.
And at that time, had you attended a police academy?
Yes.
Was that in Rhode Island?
Yes, it was.
Down here in Florida, have you attended some kind of training to allow you to become a police officer when you moved here to the state of Florida?
Yes.
All right. And are you certified under state of Florida guidelines as a law enforcement officer here in the state of Florida?
Yes, I am.
Now, are you currently assigned to the homicide division?
Yes, I am.
Were you so assigned in June of 2024?
Yes.
So I want to talk to you about the homicide division. As a homicide detective, do you, in addition to your annual qualifications and certification trainings that you have to maintain your certification as a law enforcement officer, do you do additional training and attend classes as it relates to your position as a homicide detective?
Yes.
Have you done that over the last several years?
Yes.
All right. Now, in the homicide unit, first of all, here in the city of Tampa, how many supervisors are assigned to the homicide unit?
We have 2 sergeants that are assigned as our direct supervisors.
Okay. And did you have 2 sergeants back in June of 2024?
Yes.
All right. And those are detective sergeants that supervise the entire homicide division or unit?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, is the homicide
Morning, Dave.
unit at the Tampa Police Department, is it staffed by multiple detectives?
Yes. I believe there's currently a total of 12 detectives in the unit.
Okay. And was there approximately that many back in June of 2024?
It is a bit, okay, temporary lag.
Was one of the detective sergeants back in June of 2024 Rachel Cholnick?
Yes.
Is she still currently a sergeant with the homicide?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
See there up in
When
there.
homicide detectives respond to
Top right corner,
homicide scenes like in this
temporary
case, within the city of Tampa, how does that work? How are you summoned normally to travel to the homicide scene?
Obviously, depending on the time of the day that the call is received, we're contacted by telephone, or if it's during business hours, directly while we're in the office. And we're assigned a specific duty as far as a member of the team that's been selected to respond to that specific scene.
Okay. Now, a lot of folks are aware of homicide units through TV shows such as The First 48 and things like that, where a lot of cities have 24-hour running homicide divisions. So I want to ask you about after hours, after business hours in the homicide unit of the Tampa Police Department. How does that work? Are there detectives who are actually in the office after business hours? And I'm talking about normal staffing hours at the Tampa Police Department, or are they on call?
No, usually the normal business hours, depending on your specific assignment, is either Monday through Thursday or Tuesday through Friday, and it's usually a 10-hour day. Some of us come in early in the morning, so me specifically, I'm scheduled to work Monday through Thursday, and I work from 7 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock in the evening. Some of us get in a little bit earlier and leave a little bit earlier, some a little bit later. But generally speaking, normal business hours would be, sometime before 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. Usually after that would be considered after normal business hours. And that's when, if there is an incident that we have to respond out to, the team would get called from home to respond to the scene.
Okay, and how is it determined who the team will be that is called out at after those normal business, not normal business hours, but the hours you described, like 7 to 6?
So we work on a rotating schedule for the assignment of lead detective. So we basically, all of the names of all the detectives are on a board in the office. And if you're up for the next case, you're going to be the lead in that case. You get the phone call if you're at home to come in that there's a case that needs to be investigated. Then generally we'll have a detective that's assigned as the second or the assistant lead investigator. And then generally speaking, depending on the size of the scene, we normally try to have at least 2 detectives that are assigned as the scene investigators whose responsibility is to investigate the scene. Those names,
Thank you, Dave. Add this to the spin count for later. 2.5. Well, not quite, but yeah. Thank you. Yeah, later today, I have the slightly bust Friday Law Show. We are talking about disgraced former trooper Proctor, who is now royally fucked. We are talking about Miss Owens, who is probably committing fraud to the court in her permanent restraining order case. And then also we will try to get Lethal Lauren to get a tramp stamp. But that is later today, 4:30 p.m. We will start with that. And in that, we have the Wheel of Regrets. The Wheel of Regrets! Which means, now Dave has focused his donations because he only wants me to drink alcohol, but the Wheel of Regrets have other things like hot sauce, hot tamales, and pickle candy and stuff like that. So, but that is for 4:30 p.m. today. All right, back to trial. Thank you, Dave. Thank you so much. Oh, hey, I have a question. How come no RICO charges on the defendants? Fulton County would have slapped those charges. Yeah, I would agree, but they chose to just... On the other four, they have gang charges. On Alicia, they only have murder one and some lesser included. Oh, Erin. But you can check the replay. You can check the replay.
The assistant lead and the scene investigators is basically just based on the rotation and who's available and who's not available for call out that particular day. And it's, basically the decision of the detective sergeant that's answering the phones.
Okay. So let's say you are assigned to be the next lead, and you pick up a lead case at, say, 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning, which is not uncommon, correct?
Not at all.
Getting called out in the middle of the morning.
No.
So you get called out in the middle of the morning, you pick that case up, and you start working it. You continue working it, now daylight comes, now it's 8 o'clock in the morning, you're working it during the business day. If there are leads occurring, or there are developments in your investigation, will you continue to work that case?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
We would continue to work. I mean, I personally have worked for well past 24 hours straight on a case. It just really depends on, as the leads come in, follow up on those leads when they come in, if it's something that needs to be followed up on right then and there. So obviously every situation is different, but yeah, no, it would not be uncommon to continue to work a case 24 hours straight.
Okay, so especially if it's a situation where time is of the essence.
That's correct.
Like you have to go do this or you have to go do that. A search warrant, you have to perform or prepare a search warrant and make sure that search is conducted, because for whatever reasons, time may be an exigency at that point, may be something that's important or critical.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So you mentioned assignments as lead, assistant lead, and crime scene or scene detectives. In this case, when you responded to the scene of this case, were you assigned a specific role?
Yes, I was.
And what was that?
I was assigned as one of the scene investigators.
And was there another detective assigned with you as a scene investigator?
Yes.
Another
Detective
investigator
Matthew
from
Kirkpatrick.
the scene.
All right. And you and Detective Kirkpatrick
Yeah.
are assigned to that scene. Are you going to be working alongside?
They are throwing every cop who were at the scene, they will call to the stand. This is ridiculous. You need first on scene, who collected the evidence, and lead detective. That's about it. Now, in this case, it appears like somebody found a gun, handed it over to somebody else, who handed it to a third guy, and then it made its way into evidence. So, and I haven't seen an evidence log so far in this case.
Other TPD personnel.
Yes, various crime scene technicians. Generally the detective sergeant that was on call would obviously be at the scene, and then various other resources that are available depending on what we would need, whether it be street crimes units, patrol units, to assist us with what we need assistance with.
So the other question I had is if you pick a case up where a case occurs before business hours, such as this case that occurred at around 4:30, 4:40 in the morning, and detectives get out there and now business hours come, detectives that are working the normal business hours that day, are they going to assist if called upon?
Yes.
The homicide division, under the supervision of the two detective sergeants, does the homicide division investigate homicides as teams, as a team?
Yes.
Is it considered to be a team investigation?
Oh. Remember during opening statements where the defense brought forward that, hey, the lead detective in this case had been a homicide detective for 4 months. This was his first case as a lead detective. And now they are going with, oh, it's a team effort. Oh, it's a team effort. Remember the second Karen Reed trial? After they discovered that Michael Proctor was an asshole, all of a sudden they tried to minimize the lead detective's involvement in the case. And what do we have here? Team effort. Oh, team effort. Oh, team effort. Trying to minimize the lead detective's role in this. Oh,
Yes, very much so.
All right. And as that investigation proceeds, do the detectives at times meet and discuss the investigation and possible follow-ups and things that need to be done?
Yeah, we generally, especially if there's an active case that we're investigating, we generally try to have regular meetings in the office where the lead investigator discusses progress in the case, potential leads in the case, assigns out assignments to other detectives that are available to assist, whether it be video or whatever it may be.
Right.
But yeah, no, that's very common.
Now, when did you come into the homicide unit?
2021.
21, so 4 years ago.
Yes, sir.
All right. So when you came into the homicide unit, had you worked homicide before that?
No.
So you were new to homicide?
Yes.
All right. Are there more experienced detectives that are part of that team?
Yes.
And do they make themselves available to consult with you and with other junior detectives or detectives coming in new to homicide?
Yes.
Before you come into homicide, are most of the detectives who are assigned to homicide, are they seasoned detectives who have worked in other areas?
This is
of
very
the Tampa
leading.
Police Department or other agencies?
and
It
speculation.
depends. Like myself specifically, I was a detective in the crime gun intelligence unit prior to moving over to investigating shootings and violent crime with firearms. We have detectives that were detectives at the district level that were investigating property crimes, robberies, anything that would handle at the district level. We've also had some
Yeah,
detectives that
this
have come
is
up to the
so
unit that
important.
are
Remember, they might
that were
have
working on
certifications.
street crimes units, so doing plainclothes investigations. So generally, the people that come up, while they may not be seasoned detectives prior to, they definitely have it's a hand-picked
guilt
unit.
of the other
They definitely
defendants.
have experience in investigations and criminal
Okay.
investigations.
So they have investigative experience?
That's correct.
Are there detectives that come from narcotics investigations?
Absolutely.
Okay. And when you get called to a homicide at the Tampa Police Department and you respond out, by the time homicide is contacted and the supervisor, I'm assuming, is contacted first,
Yes,
and then that supervisor contacts the detectives, whoever the next lead detective on the list is,
that's correct.
and the assistant lead and the crime scene detectives if they're necessary, the scene detectives.
That's correct.
All right. By the time you all get out there, uniform's already there?
Yes,
Has a crime scene normally been established by the time you arrive?
yes,
And are there uniformed officers guarding the perimeter, working the perimeter of the crime scene to ensure its integrity?
yes,
Was that the case in this case when you arrived at the crime scene?
yes, it was.
Okay. Do you remember in this case when you were notified by Sergeant Cholnick to respond to this scene?
I believe I was contacted at approximately 5:45 in the morning.
Okay. And do you remember approximately when you arrived?
Approximately 6:45, 6:50.
When you arrived, were there uniformed officers on scene?
Yes, there were.
And had a crime scene been established?
A very large one, yes.
Crime scene tape was up?
That's correct.
Were there different sections of this hotel complex that were part of the crime scene
Yes, there were.
and taped off?
Yes.
Was there a south or southeast entrance area, and then was there a north entrance that was in an area that kind of ran parallel to Fowler?
Yes, there was the north entrance being the entrance to the Holiday Inn, it's in that complex. The south part of the scene being the front entrance portico area of the Home 2 Suites.
Okay.
And then the entire perimeter itself had an outer perimeter around it as well.
So I'm going to show you what's been marked as Stage 1. And you've previously seen this exhibit?
Yes,
Okay. So you've talked about the north entrance, that would be this entrance up here?
that's correct.
And was there an area here around Black Dodge Charger that had been marked off by the time you arrived?
Yes,
And down here on this end, was there an area down here that had been taped off?
yes,
And when I say down here, on the bottom right-hand corner of the exhibit, this is State's Exhibit 1, and that would be near the portico.
We've really
entrance
already
to the home
seen
suites.
this.
yes, sir.
Would that be where my finger is pointing down the bottom of the photograph?
Yes, sir.
All right. And then
We
there's this
already
southeast
seen
entrance
this.
here off McKinley.
That's correct.
Jesus Christ. This is repetitive. They already had a guy on who testified about where is the crime scene on this photo. Of this aerial photo.
When you responded out there, you've indicated that there was a very large crime scene. So
Yes.
there were portions on the south end of that scene and the north end?
Yeah, I
that had
know.
been
There's
marked
no
off?
objection.
Yes, the pretty much the entirety of the scene
There's no
taped, and then
objection,
the
right?
specific areas of Charger, the portico area of the Home 2 Suites, the front entrance of the Holiday Inn, those had an inner perimeter of
Right.
crime scene tape delineating those specific areas as well.
Okay. So let's talk about the area here where my pen is pointing, where the Dodge Charger was located. Was it called to your attention that there was a blood trail leading into this Holiday Inn down this sidewalk?
Yes.
That I'm pointing to, okay. And did you advise crime scene technicians to both photograph and document that area?
I did.
Was it brought to your attention that uniformed officers earlier that morning had gone in, searching for shooters or victims, and had located two individuals who had been shot that were up on the third floor?
Yes.
Okay. Those people were gone by the time you arrived?
Yes, they were.
All right. Now, you've indicated you and Detective Kirkpatrick were assigned as the crime scene investigators or crime scene detectives. Who was the lead detective in this case?
Detective Juan Ramos,
And who was his assistant lead?
Detective Aaron Campbell.
All right. So I want to talk to you first about Detective Campbell. Are you familiar with Detective Campbell?
Yes.
Did you work with him for several years as a homicide detective?
Yes.
And was Detective Campbell what you would consider a seasoned detective?
Overruled, go ahead.
Yes, he was.
And did Detective Campbell have prior experience at the Polk County Sheriff's Office?
Yeah, he was a homicide detective with Polk County Sheriff's Office for several years before leaving the sheriff's office and being employed by the city of Tampa.
Okay. And has he worked for the city of Tampa for many years?
Yes, he has.
Detective Ramos, was he someone who had prior experience in investigations?
Yes,
And he had been recently brought into homicide before this case?
that's correct.
Aren't this bolstering other witnesses? That he is more or less testifying to the reliability and competence of other cops. I would say that bolstering, or at least on the way of bolstering. He has, at least he's not saying that guy tells the truth, but this is up for this is jury determination. Yeah, Dave agrees. It's bolstering.
He's assigned as lead. You and Detective Kirkpatrick are assigned to the scene, and Detective Campbell is now assisting Detective Ramos. In addition to working that scene that morning, did you end up doing other investigation that took you to Polk County and to Duval County up in the northeast corner of the state?
Yes,
So did you also, as part of this team effort, assist Detective Ramos and Detective Campbell?
yes,
And in fact, when you traveled to the northeast section of the state, to Jacksonville, to Duval County, was that because Detective Ramos and Detective Campbell were somewhere outside of the state?
yes.
And where were they?
They were in Gwinnett County, Georgia.
State 7A. Did you view this in the crime scene, this motor vehicle?
Yes,
Did you notice damage to the motor
Also
vehicle
already
consistent with
testified
gunfire?
to.
yes,
Is that pretty much all of those, where those yellow tape markings are?
yes,
State 7B.
Also
Did it
already
appear
been testified
A
to.
lot of the gunfire was directed into the
Which,
windshield.
yes.
in all truthfulness, was still. What's the connection to Alicia?
States 7E, and I'll direct your attention down here to the right corner of the photograph, and then stage 7F. Did that appear to be an entrance damage, I guess, or hole that had been caused by gunfire coming in from the side of the vehicle?
Yes.
7E, in the back passenger window, again, was there apparent gunfire, a hole in the window and shattering the window that appeared to come in from the passenger side?
Already
of the
been
motor vehicle?
testified to.
I don't recall if it appeared to come in from the passenger side. It could have very well been a shot that went through the vehicle.
And exiting out?
Yes, but there were some apparent bullet strikes or
Manipulation?
bullet damage to the passenger side of the vehicle.
Oh, Jesus, wrong banner.
Stage 7G,
Thank
to
you.
give you some perspective, this appears to be one of the seats inside of the car.
Yes.
And is this on the top of one of the door frames?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And just from the damage,
There.
the fact that there was
Now we
paint
have the
missing
right
around
banner.
that, does that appear to
Thank
be
you
where
for
the bullet is?
noticing.
In that particular case,
And how you turn it?
I would
Highway?
say that is probably
Hi,
more
DD.
consistent with an exit.
An exit?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Already been testified to.
Stage 7I, this appears to be the rear, let me back out here, passenger side, I guess quarter window, past the B pillar, I'm not sure what you would call this, but a little small window at the back of that door.
Yes.
Okay, so it's another impact of this window back here, a separate impact.
Yes, sir.
And all of that's on the passenger side?
Yes.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Stage 7K going on to the driver's side. Did there appear to be damage running along the driver's side of the car, not from gunfire, but from some kind of impact to the car?
Yes.
Or the car impacting something?
Yes.
Did there also appear to be damage from gunfire on the driver's side?
Yes, there were.
And I believe this is another mark here from an impact,
Yes, sir.
and possibly another mark here on the, so two on the driver's door.
Yes, sir.
7L, that's a close-up of the one we were just looking at.
Yay!
7M.
Siobhan is here as well. Straddle.
7N, underneath the driver's side, side view mirror, an impact.
Yes.
And then 7P, there appears to be an impact to the side view mirror.
That's correct.
Six B, and we can see a red and gray here between the two seats. Is that the back and lower back and possibly the rear end of the seat?
Yes, it is.
Okay. States 6E. Can we here in this photograph see the legs and the upper legs of the victim?
Yes, sir.
6F, the upper body here in the back seat, that would be the right arm and hand and the victim's head and his hair hanging out of that cap.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So did it appear to you that he had at some point attempted to crawl into the back seat?
His positioning was consistent with that.
6G, and I'm going to come back to this, but was the Charger's rear window missing,
Yes, it was.
entirely missing?
Yes, sir.
6H, just another photograph of Mr. Jones in the back seat. 6I, is that Mr. Jones' lower legs?
Yes, sir.
So this isn't just, does this appear to you he tried to basically dive into the back seat?
I'm going to sustain the objection,
Is that consistent with someone who attempted to dive into the back seat, the position he's in?
if he knows.
Yes, it is.
How do you know? How do you know? What's the foundation for your knowledge of that, officer? What is the foundation for your knowledge of that?
Stage 6K.
Pure speculation.
Was there a phone in the front seat?
Yes, there's two.
Thank you, Miss Rattle, gifting a membership. That's very nice of you. And now DNB. Now DNB became a member, and she now has access to all my members-only content on YouTube. And she gets her own emojis here on the YouTubes. Thank you so much, Miss Rattle. Thank you.
6M, had items been removed, or were they removed at some point in place there for that photograph?
Yes, those were from the victim's pants pocket.
Okay. Stage 6N, and is that the victim's driver's license?
Yes, sir.
With an address in Jacksonville, Florida?
Yes, sir.
Did it come to your attention very quickly in this investigation and the other detectives that the victim and most of the people involved in the scene that were still there, including the individuals who were shot, were from Jacksonville?
Yes, sir.
Stage 6O, was it brought to your attention that there was this Hyundai car sitting over here that was also involved in the shooting?
Yes, sir.
So, in homicide scenes, the victim's body reposing in the scene, being in the scene, is it uncommon or common for the victim's body to be in the crime scene for several hours?
What's the relevance?
I just want to explain to the jury why his body is still there in the daylight.
Go ahead.
Yes, it is common.
Okay. And is part of that based upon the jurisdiction over the body laying in another county agency here in Hillsborough County?
Yes, sir.
What agency is that?
The Hillsborough County Medical Examiner's Office.
Okay. And the medical examiner's office, is that an office that is staffed by forensic pathologists, medical doctors who conduct autopsies?
Yes, sir.
Is it their role and their job, in, especially in homicide cases, to determine?
Why are you asking him these questions when you have the medical examiners available to testify themselves? Why is he only there to bolster others?
Cause and manner of death.
Yes, sir.
When homicide responds to a scene, do you
Hey.
contact other agencies to potentially respond?
Yes.
Is the medical examiner's
Thank you.
office one?
Yeah, I have
Yes,
a
sir.
merch
Do they
page.
have a dispatch or someone that you all have a number for that you contact?
Yes.
And
And
do
it's
they
full
notify
of
you and let you know
items.
whether an associate medical examiner, a medical doctor, or one of their investigators are coming to the scene?
Yes, they do.
Do investigators come to the scene pretty much every time?
Yes.
Do doctors come to the scene sometimes?
Yes, depending on the case and what time of day it is, whatever, but yes.
Before they arrive, do you, as the homicide investigators or crime scene, molest the body or change its position or move the body in any manner?
No.
Why not?
Molest the body? Wait, hold on. Let's see. What did he say?
Before they arrive, do you, as the homicide investigators or crime scene, molest the body or change its?
Molest the body? That what? Well, maybe they use the word differently in Tampa. Do you molest the body before the doctors get there? Yeah, I know that he means manipulating or touching. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Prosecutor went old school here.
Position or move the body in any manner?
No.
Why not?
We don't have jurisdiction over the body. The body itself falls under the jurisdiction of the medical examiner's office.
All right. So you basically, if I'm understanding you right, you have to wait for them to arrive.
Yes.
When they arrive, do they then photograph and conduct their own investigation, photographing the scene around the body, the circumstances that the victim is found in?
Yes, they do.
And do they, at some point, manipulate the body?
Yes.
Do they normally search for injuries?
Yes.
In this case, would they have searched to manipulate the body and palpate and feel around the body for gunshot wounds and other injuries?
Yes.
If there are items left in the pants pockets of clothing or in suit pockets or what have you on a person's body, will they remove those and allow Tampa crime scene investigators to photograph them and take them?
Yes.
Does your agency work hand in hand, your unit, with the medical examiner's office in the investigation of deaths like this?
Yes, we do.
All right. And does it sometimes take a while for them to get there and respond?
Yeah, a combination, like just them getting there, but also us having to document and process the scene before the body is able to be removed. So that can take an extensive amount of time. So again, it's not uncommon for a body to stay on scene for several hours.
You mentioned you contact other agencies. Do you contact the state attorney's office?
Yes.
And is there a homicide or a assistant state attorney assigned to the homicide division or one of the division chiefs at the Hillsborough?
And now he is testifying about procedures. Well, apparently, they are trying to counteract the defense in their claims that the lead attorney was only there for 4 months in the homicide unit, and this was his first case. So all of a sudden, look at what everybody else does. That's bolstering and shouldn't be allowed. Hi, Rhonda. Hey, Rhonda. Good to have you here. Good to have you here.
County State Attorney's Office that commonly will respond
Yes.
to the scene.
Yes.
And do they assist in determinations as far as search warrants and other legal issues?
Yeah, they're there to assist us with the legal issues.
Fancy pants, man.
Now, were you at some time or at some point in this investigation summoned to the south end of the hotel? I'm showing States 5A.
Yes.
Okay. And do you recognize this area in the lower left corner of the photograph as the entrance to the home suites?
Yes.
Already been testified to.
Stage 5B, is that a
Already been
photograph facing
testified
west
to.
at the south end of the home suites?
Yes.
5C, just another photograph actually depicting some debris in the road here.
Yes.
5D, and I want to ask you about this. This is a photograph from the south facing north, is that right?
Yes, looking directly at the entrance door and portico area.
So this would be the doors to the lobby?
Yes, sir.
All right. This motor vehicle, in your review of this case, and we're going to talk about this in a little bit, but you all recovered some video in this case that depicted the actual shooting. Was that car sitting in that same position during the shooting?
Yes.
Did your investigation reveal who that belonged to?
Yes.
Who was that?
It was the night clerk that was working the night of the shooting.
Okay.
The overnight clerk, I should say.
And that car, did it sustain damage from gunfire?
Yes.
Other than being owned by the night clerk, was it related in any way to the case?
Not at all.
Stage 5E, a photograph facing to the east from the southwest. Is that accurate, on the south end?
Yes, sir.
Stage 5F. This photograph, you tell me, what is that? What part of the hotel does that show, the home suites?
So that's going to
Already
be
been testified to?
the west side of the building. This is essentially the taken from the southwest corner of the property itself, looking down the west side of the building and right off to the side by that white SUV. You can kind of see that includes the westernmost portion of the entrance portico area of the hotel.
Did your investigation reveal that there is a patio and pool area in this area on the west side of the building?
Yes, sir.
And were there cameras located in those areas?
Yes, there were.
Were there cameras located on the south end of the building that reflected areas here in the south and southeast of the south end of the building?
Yes, sir.
Through the investigation, was it determined that windows and walls on this west side of the building had been struck by gunfire?
Yes, all the way at the very northwest corner of the building.
So all the way down here?
Yes, sir.
That would have been, well, let me move to another question. Stage 5G, this photograph of cars on this side, here on the west side of that south, I guess it would be the southwest corner of the property?
Yes, that's essentially the last photo you just showed was oriented northeast, essentially looking at the building. This is just looks like it's taken from the same area, just oriented more due
Already
north.
been
You
testified
can see the Holiday
to.
Inn up here.
That's correct.
All right.
This is
Now,
a
were several cars
summary.
parked in this perimeter going down this west side and across the
Summary
south end
witness.
of the south end of the
Pardon?
building? Were they struck?
There were multiple cars that were struck, yes, sir.
All right, let's check here. Summary witnesses, Florida. Dun dun dun. Are allowed, but only based on the contents on the voluminous records that can't be conveniently examined in court. And it has to be a qualified witness. So this is a summary witness who is bolstering other witnesses. This is weird.
Did review of the video in this case that you collected reflect the path that the
This
Dodge
is,
Charger took to end up where it was located on the north end of the
sorry.
property?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Hey, Lady Autumn Sky. This is from day 2, from afternoon break up until they leave for the day. You can't find day 2? Hold on. Go to Trial Trackers. There you have the entire day 2. Because for some odd reason, Court TV, no, Law and Crime made the day 2 private.
Is part of that path reflected in that photograph?
Yes, it is.
Or you can check my
Can
stream
you,
from
if you
yesterday.
could, stand up and show us the path just in that photograph that would have been covered, or the areas covered by the Dodge Charger in flight from the shooting?
You can actually see, so essentially there's a dumpster, concrete structure with a dumpster. That's this right here. It's a tan rectangle.
This has
up
been
there, you can see.
testified to already.
In between the right side, as you're looking at the photo, of that dumpster area and the building, there is a grassy area that's basically just big enough for a vehicle to fit through. You can actually see on the pavement here, the vehicle fluids that were leaking from the victim's vehicle as it fled. Basically fled, went right in between the dumpster area and the building, and wound up coming to rescue the evidence. All right.
And that car that's parked there obviously wasn't there.
No, that's a police vehicle.
That's a police vehicle, okay. All right, so Detective, I'm going to go back to the aerial photograph in Exhibit 1 real quick. This little gray area right there, is that part of that fluid trail? Or does it appear to be where the fluid trail would have been?
Yeah, it appears to be where the fluid trail was, or the approximate location of it.
So you've indicated that the victim's car followed a path going north here through the parking lot and then went in between the building here and the dumpster there. So in this area, are there some kind of barriers here or curbs that it would have gone over?
Yes, there's a curb there.
States 5K. In this photograph, do we see the south end of the Holiday Inn,
Yes, that's the southeast corner of the building.
southeast corner?
Yes, sir.
And then this would be the dumpster you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
And then this would be the edge of that dumpster that the Charger passed across?
That's correct.
So the Charger, and we can kind of see that fluid trail here, the Charger would have gone over that curb?
Yes.
Stage 5I.
Already
In
been
this photograph,
testified
do we
to.
see, looks like some kind of substance here on the curb?
Yes.
Does that appear to be a
Already been
continuation of that
testified to.
fluid trail coming out of the engine?
Yes, sir.
Everything this guy
And
is
then are
telling you
there
now has already
items
been
in here or
testified
markings
to.
that are consistent with the vehicle traveling through here?
Yes, there are.
In the video, can you actually see the car?
Okay, I'm going cross-examination. Because this is ridiculous. Everything here has been testified to before.
Mike, is that the shell casing now showing the?
Admitted.
Okay, that was some news type.
Freeman tender states.
Okay, any objection?
The
And was evidence, video evidence located that actually depicted the shooting?
Yeah, I'm going directly to cross-examination here.
Okay, so that's 20.
Paula? And do we, alerts?
yes, myself and
Because you see where he was taking.
execute the search warrant that
So
was
you,
approved.
okay, from lunch. Okay.
And
Mr. Gathwright's mother.
It's not at the time of the homicide, correct?
Attend the witness.
Okay.
All right, cross-examination. It's just a waste of time to listen to the prosecution in this. So let's listen to the cross-examination where they point out all the flaws.
Just pick up where we left off. This is Sean Gathwright.
yes, sir.
That's Sean Gathwright on the day of or the day after the murder of Charles Jones.
I'm not sure when that photo is from, but that is Sean Gathwright at or around the time of the homicide.
Okay, at around the time of the homicide. This photograph here, this is Sean Gathwright as well.
Yes, sir.
This is not at the time of the homicide, correct?
No, it appears to be a booking photo.
All right. Well, whether it's a booking photo is kind of irrelevant. What I'm asking is this at the time of the arrest? I mean, at the time of the incident, the murder.
No.
All right. You see the difference between the two, right? With Mr. Gathwright,
Yes.
that his hair is much longer in the picture where it's closest to the incident.
His hair is longer in the incident, the photo that's closest to the incident. Yes, sir.
Okay. This is Detective Ramos's investigation, correct?
He is the lead investigator. Yes,
All
sir.
right. You were just assisting Detective Ramos,
That's correct.
and your involvement in the case really was, the bulk of it was really on the day of your first day of investigation, right?
Yeah, the bulk of it was the scene investigation itself. Yes, sir.
So that's, the markers that you discussed earlier, right?
Yes, sir.
The shell casings that you found at the scene,
Yes, sir.
and the projectile fragments, those sorts of things, right?
That's correct.
All right. The evidence that was collected at the scene, did you collect it yourself?
No, the evidence is typically collected by the crime scene techs at our direction as a scene detective.
So you directed the crime scene techs to collect the evidence that was at the scene, right?
That's correct.
All right. And is it your job or responsibility, or is it Detective Ramos's responsibility to have that evidence processed later on some point down the line?
Ultimately, it's Detective Ramos's, but obviously we all consult with each other on the items of evidence that are collected, what evidence to send off.
All right. Did you at any point have any of that evidence processed or analyzed?
By analyze that, what do you mean like by a laboratory?
Yeah. Did you request it to go to the laboratory? Did you request any experts to analyze the evidence?
No,
All right. So in this investigation, that was not your role,
that's correct.
and you did not have anything to do with that.
That's correct.
Good to point out that.
You spoke to Sean Gathwright's grandmother at her house, right?
Yes, sir.
And she was there when Sean Gathwright was there in the video that we saw earlier when Sean Gathwright is exchanging items from the Impala into the garage area.
That's correct.
She was there. Was she standing outside with him, with Mr. Gathwright?
I believe she was in the garage. You can see him talking to her, and then at the very end of the video, before he leaves in the Forerunner, she is outside in the driveway, and he gives her a hug.
Okay, so she's there with him while he's exchanging the items back and forth between the Impala and the other vehicle.
That's correct.
All right. And did Sean Gathwright's grandmother see any rifles?
What she specifically said was that he removed camera equipment from bags that were contained inside the vehicle.
Right. So
Why
she
did you
not
do
see any rifles.
quotation mark?
She did not.
All right. And she couldn't tell if there were any rifles or firearms or ammunition inside of those bags, correct?
That's correct.
You yourself, looking at the video, you can't tell whether there's any rifles, firearms, or ammunition inside of the bags, correct?
That's correct.
The bags are not see-through.
That's correct.
All right. So Sean Gathwright told his grandmother that the bags contained camera
Objection,
equipment.
Your Honor.
Sustained as to hearsay.
He just testified to that.
I know, but it was hearsay when he testified to it, but no one objected. Now they're objecting, and it's hearsay.
It's in evidence.
No, it's not. It's not. It's the witness statement of the grandmother's hearsay. It's hearsay.
Did
He
Sean
opened the door.
Gathwright tell his grandmother the truth?
Objection, hearsay.
I'm going to sustain the objection. It's hearsay.
The
This
statement
a
is
hearsay
not offered for
exception.
the truth of the matter asserted.
Okay, approach the bench. All right, go ahead.
Mr. Gathwright
Oh,
lied to his
oh.
grandmother when he
Hold on. Thank you to Tri-Trackers for removing all the pauses. But I have to do this. Sidebar counter 7! All right, now we can continue.
told her that he was removing camera equipment from the vehicle, the Impala, to the other vehicle.
Your Honor, I object. It's double hearsay. This is what the grandmother's telling the detective that Gathright told her, so I'm objecting for the record.
All right, sustain the objection,
We just had this conversation in sidebar. I don't understand what the difference is.
but it actually is double hearsay. It
It's
is
a-
double hearsay.
It's a non-hearsay statement, Judge.
Okay, all right, sustain the objection.
Time to start objecting to the state when they do it.
Your investigation in this case ended when you finished your report, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. That was over a year ago.
Yes, sir.
September 30th of 2024.
On or about, yes, sir.
All right. Since then, you haven't done any investigation in the case.
No, sir.
And in this, in this case, did you do any investigation as to whether Alicia Andrews was involved in the murder?
No.
All right. So you don't know whether she intended to kill Charles Jones.
No, sir.
All right. You don't know whether Alicia Andrews conspired with Sean Gathright to do anything.
No.
You don't know whether Alicia Andrews even knew Sean Gathright.
No.
You don't know whether Alicia Andrews knew Davion Murphy, right?
No.
And you don't know whether Alicia Andrews knew Rashad Murphy.
No.
All right. No further questions.
Okay, redirect.
Detective, would it be fair to say that your understanding of the entire case is nowhere near the understanding that the lead detective has?
Sustain the objection.
Do you have the same knowledge of this case as the lead detective?
No.
Do you have the holistic image of the case that he has?
Yes.
Do you understand the case as well as Detective Ramos?
No.
Did you conduct investigations in Georgia or Jacksonville other than the time that you went to Jacksonville that you've testified about?
No.
All right. And other than what you've testified to, did you conduct any other investigation?
No, sir.
Okay. I have nothing else, Your Honor.
Okay, may this witness be excused?
Your Honor, we would ask that he stand under subpoena. You can
Okay.
read the courthouse obviously.
Yeah, you're excused for today, subject to being recalled.
And were you employed in June of 2023 working
Okay. Now, next witness. Next witness. Let's see here. So, civilian witness. Another one.
June of 2024 working for Uber?
Yes, ma'am.
Specifically on June 23rd of 2024, did you accept a ride for a departure from the Tampa area?
Yes.
And was that from 3703 Gazebo Pond Lane?
Yes. It's apartment.
Do you, when you receive the notification that there is a ride that you are able to accept, have the opportunity to see where it's to and where it's from?
Yes.
For this particular trip, where was it going to?
It was going to Jacksonville.
And how long of a drive was that?
It was about 3 hours.
Did you see that information before you accepted that drive?
Yes.
And is your payment when you have a ride that's booked through Uber, does Uber take a portion of that?
Yes.
Did you ultimately respond to that Gazebo Pond Lane location?
Yes.
And did you meet with someone you asked to verify that they were the person booking the Uber?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time the state seeks to admit State's Exhibit 62A through H.
Any objection?
I gotta see No objection, please.
Okay, admitted.
I'm going to show you 62A and B. Could you take a look at these photographs?
Okay.
And then ultimately 62C. Okay?
Yep.
Is this the location that you responded to pick up that Uber from Tampa to Jacksonville?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm showing you, if you can look over your shoulder there to see 62C. Can you see that all right?
Yes.
And is the address on the left the location from which you picked up the occupants to travel to Jacksonville?
Yes.
If I zoom this photo out just slightly, can you tell me what it is that's what it is that's on this side of the parking lot here? Is that additional parking?
Yes.
Is that what's depicted here in 62B? The side of that same location.
Yeah.
Now, when you
He's an
went to
Uber
go pick up the
driver.
occupants, did you know from the booking how many people would be coming with you?
No, but no more than 6.
No more than 6? Is that a rule that you put on the app for how many people you can book or fit in your vehicle?
The car fits 6 people.
And do you remember the kind of vehicle you were driving at that time in 2024?
It was a SUV.
And did you have an opportunity to actually arrive at that location and meet with the people you were going to drive?
Yes, I was there.
At any point, did you assist them with loading the bags into that vehicle?
Yes.
How many total people were inside of the vehicle that you took back to Jacksonville?
3 people.
And at some point, when you actually departed from the original location, did you stop?
Yes.
Where did you stop?
At the gas station.
And did the occupants of the vehicle get out?
Yes, they went inside to McDonald's.
Did you stay with your vehicle and put gas in it?
I went inside to the bathroom.
Okay, but at some point, do you all?
Oh, yes.
Okay, and then do you depart and finish the rest of the drive to Jacksonville?
Yes.
Now, before you even left, is there an option or the ability for you to ask your riders whether they want to continue on with the trip using Uber or whether they want to pay in cash?
Yes.
Is that something that you would do?
I would do that.
If the rider paid in cash, would you charge them less than what they were going to pay through the Uber app?
Of course.
Did Uber take a portion of your payment ultimately?
Yes.
Did you offer that cash ride to the occupants you took back to Jacksonville on the state?
Yes, I try.
And did they accept your offer to pay in cash?
No, just keep it on the app.
Just keep it on the app. Were they unable to pay in cash, or were they unable to cancel the reservation?
That I don't know.
When you rode back to Jacksonville with them, did anything unusual happen on the drive back?
Objection, thoughts and narrative.
Just, I'm gonna be a little more specific in your question.
Did you have any problems with any of the people in your car on the drive back to Jacksonville?
Objection, narrative, date.
Overruled, go ahead.
Were there any issues with the people inside of your car on the way back to Jacksonville with you?
No, they were chilling.
They were doing what?
They were just relaxing.
Did you talk to the people that were in the car?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled unless there's,
Did you talk to them, your occupants?
Yes, we have a little chat here and there.
A little chat. And at some point during the ride back, were you playing the occupants' music?
We were chatting, and then he mentioned about his music. So
Objection, hearsay.
sustained unless there's a hearsay exception.
No need, Your Honor. At some point, do you communicate with the people that are in the back seat?
yes,
And are you on the ride back communicating with or engaging with the person in the front seat?
yes.
What was the person in the front seat doing once you all started actually driving from Tampa to Jacksonville?
The front.
Yes.
Just normal conversation, and then he just goes to sleep.
And did the people in the back seat also go to sleep?
No.
Did they stay
They were
up
up.
for the drive?
Yes.
And what were they doing back there, if you know?
Relaxing.
Could you see them on their cell phones, their devices?
Yeah, they were on the phone.
And at any point, did the male that was in the back seat make any comments to you about the manner that you were driving?
Objection, hearsay.
Sustained unless there's a hearsay exception.
It is not based in the truth of the matter that's asserted here in court today, but just based on what his interaction was with that driver, Your Honor.
I'm gonna sustain the objection.
When you were driving back to Jacksonville, did you have any issues with your speed?
They will mention something about me speeding, so I slowed down.
Objection, hearsay, Mr. Judge.
Okay. Pardon me?
Co-conspirator statements, Your Honor.
Well, I'm gonna overrule the objection just as to that response.
When you were driving back to Jacksonville, was there a period of time where you had to slow down?
Twice.
Okay. And when you ultimately arrived back at the location that you were going to, did you assist the riders in unloading the vehicle?
Yes.
Did you have an opportunity to recall where each of the occupants of your vehicle was seated?
Yes.
Did you ultimately have an opportunity to speak with law enforcement? A detective or an officer?
Yes.
And did that communication consist of telephone calls and text messages?
Yes.
For that law enforcement officer, were you ultimately able to identify the locations of where each of the riders were seated in that vehicle?
Yes.
I'm going to ask that you take a look at State's Exhibits 92A through D. Do you recognize these 4 images?
Can I touch?
Yes, you can touch them.
So with the help of officers, he suddenly
Is that your
remember
signature and date
their faces
and
and where
your
they were
handwriting on these
seated.
images?
Yes.
Are these the images that law enforcement brought to you for purposes of identifying the passengers?
Yes.
As it relates to the person
So wait a minute. Is this I don't know. Now this isn't a lineup, or is it? Does this count as a lineup? In that case, this is an improper lineup. If they came there with only the pictures of the defendants, that would be an improper lineup. Do you recognize any of these 4? there should be alternatives. This is strange. I hope they litigated this beforehand, because this sounds very much like an improper lineup.
Person that was seated in the driver's seat of your vehicle, was that person a darker skinned black male or a lighter skinned black male?
Darker skin.
And the individual in the back seat of that vehicle, was he a light skinned black male?
Yes.
And was there a single female occupant also in the back seat?
Yes.
Was that female seated directly behind you?
Yes.
I'm showing you it's been pre-marked as States Exhibit 70A through K. Do you recognize this exchange? You can touch those off.
Yes.
Have you,
Yes.
Are these the messages or the exchange that you had with the detective?
Yes.
Did you provide to the detective in the course of this exchange the actual screenshot of the booking that you received from Uber for this trip?
Yes.
Did you identify by sharing the address and actual photographs of the map, the locations in which you stopped with the vehicle and the occupants to get McDonald's and gas?
Yes.
Did you also identify in those text messages images of the occupants of that vehicle?
Yes.
And were all of those messages included in the conversation you subsequently had with that detective when you identified the photographs that we've also depicted, or that we've also shown to you?
Yes.
I'm actually going to show you States Exhibit 92A one more time. Can you actually take a look at that and tell me if you can identify yourself in that photograph?
Right there.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, the state seeks to admit States Exhibit 92A.
any objection? Okay, what's the objection?
Foundation, authenticity.
Okay, so lay the predicate for the photo.
Sure. Sir, is this an image of you, the one that you've identified yourself in, on the date that you drove the occupants of your vehicle back to Jacksonville?
That's me and my car.
And is this the only time you visited this residence with these occupants?
Yes.
Are the persons depicted in this image the occupants that you drove back to Jacksonville?
Yes.
At this time, the state seeks to admit States 92A.
All right,
It still has not laid the proper foundation for that photograph.
as to, and how have they not?
I've not authenticated it. Just can you go inside one?
Sir, if you look again over your shoulder at States 92A,
And there was a sidebar, which brings us to sidebar counter number 8. Mah, 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 mah.
I understand that you pointed and made some statements while I was up there with you, but please stand up and show the jury what you were identifying as you and your vehicle.
Right now?
Yes.
That's me. That's my car. That's the bag.
Were you helping to assist them in unloading the bags?
Yes.
And immediately after unloading them from the vehicle, did you depart from this location?
Of course, yes.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, cross-examination.
Hi, Christine. Good to have you here.
When you helped to unload this vehicle, did you see what was inside of the bags?
The bag? No.
Yes. You couldn't see what was inside the bags?
No.
You didn't know what was inside the bags?
No.
Did you know if there were any firearms inside the bags?
No.
Did you know if there was any ammunition inside of these bags?
No.
All right. Did anyone tell you that there was any firearms inside the bags?
No.
All right. Were you able to see through the bags?
No.
Did you get any indication from the bags or the luggage or anything that there were any guns or weapons inside of the luggage?
No.
When you were driving up from Tampa to Jacksonville, you live in Tampa?
Not anymore.
You lived in Tampa back then when this drive happened. You did?
Yes.
All right. And so when you drove up from Tampa to Jacksonville, with these individuals in the car, did any of them give you any indication that a murder had occurred?
No.
All right. No further questions.
Okay, redirect. Okay, thank you.
Please state your full name for the record.
All right. Next witness. Next witness is Deputy Corey Shady. That's an interesting surname. All right, here we go. I think this is the final witness of the day.
My name is
Of
Corey
yesterday.
Shady.
How are you employed?
I'm currently employed with the Polk County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you been with the Polk County Sheriff's Office?
I've been with the Polk County Sheriff's Office for a total of 9 years.
Can I ask you about June 26th of 2024? Were you working on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there an alert for a black Chevy Impala that came in from the Tampa Police Department?
Yes, ma'am, there was.
Were you provided with the tag number 68DLWD and the full VIN number of the vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
Did they, part of that alert, were you requested to go to a certain area in Polk County?
Yes, ma'am.
What area would that be in?
It was a subdivision in Auburndale. I was notified by my supervisor to go to a specific area and conduct surveillance and attempt to locate this black Impala.
And this location in Auburndale, would that be within Polk County Sheriff's Office jurisdiction?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
And did you have a local address in Auburndale for you to go and look for this particular vehicle?
We did. The address was, I don't know the exact numerical, but I do know it was on Opal. I believe it's Road in Auburndale, Florida.
Okay. And at that point, let me ask you, what time did you
Oh,
go to that
there's
area?
one more witness.
I don't recall the exact time. I know it was somewhere in the middle of the day.
Okay. But it was on June 26th of 2024, is that correct?
I believe so, yes, ma'am.
And does 475 Opal Avenue, does that sound like the address that you responded to?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you do when you got to that, I'm going to say that street, Opal Ave? Did you make any observations?
Well, we set up in the area to conduct surveillance, and, maybe we catch the car coming or going. We just so happened to catch the car backing out of 475 Opal Avenue, at which point I was able to confirm the tag on that vehicle and conduct a traffic stop.
When you conducted that traffic stop, who was driving the vehicle at that time?
It was a woman we identified by Miss Allen. I did not conduct an interview with her. We contacted the Tampa Police Department, who was on their way to the area, and they responded and basically assumed the investigation from there.
You stood by the vehicle and waited for the Tampa Police Department, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Approximately how long were you by the vehicle until Tampa Police Department showed up?
From what I can recall, 15, 20 minutes.
And you said it was Miss Allen, is that Miss Lorna Allen, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's the entire role that you did to assist the Tampa Police Department in this investigation?
I was notified there would also be a search warrant conducted on the vehicle. In Polk County, we contact a contract tow company. It's a tow company that we have that will, at the request of us, tow these vehicles to specific locations. I contacted that tow truck to tow the vehicle back to our warehouse where we have all of our equipment, and it's a controlled environment where we can do these things without worrying about outside dangers.
Your Honor, at this time we pass the witness.
Okay, cross. No problem. Okay, Ms. Smith, be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Thank you.
How long have you lived at that address?
I owned that house since 2006, and I moved in permanently in 2021.
And I'm going to ask you specifically about June 26th of 2024. Were you staying at that address at that time?
Yes,
How do you know Sean Gaithright?
he's my grandson.
I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 36B. Could you look to that screen behind you? Who's in that photograph?
That looks like
Oh, perfect.
Sean.
Dave is here. Dave, question. Earlier witness, the Uber driver that took them from Tampa to Jacksonville. And when the police contacted him, they presented him with 4 photos. Are these the guys you gave a ride? Isn't that an improper lineup? Or is it just for placement in the vehicle, easy identification? Just wondering. It would be an improper lineup, but it's not necessarily bad policy. Okay. Just goes to the credibility of the identification. Okay, and the defense did not bring it up, so, well, it's in. All right, let's continue with Grandma.
Your grandson that you just referred to?
Yeah,
And on June 26th of 2004, were there some detectives from the Tampa Police Department that came and met with you?
yes, I think they were from Tampa. Yes,
And they asked you some questions and reviewed a video that was inside your house?
yes,
Were they asking you I'm not going to strike that. Prior to that, had you seen your grandson, Sean Gaithright, on June 23rd of 2024? 2024?
That was the Sunday before the police came, the 23rd, yes.
And prior to Sean Gathright, your grandson coming to see you, did he call you?
Yes, he did.
Do you remember approximately what time he called you on that day, June 23rd of 2024?
It was in the afternoon. I know it was after 12. It was over in the afternoon. The exact time, I don't remember.
That's okay. Do you remember what time he arrived at your home after that phone call around noon?
No, I don't remember the time.
All right. Was it still light out?
Yes.
What vehicle was he driving on that day, on June 23rd of
It was a
2026?
black car.
Is that a car that you had seen before?
No, that was a recent car he got. The one I knew wasn't working, so they got rid of that one.
Did you have a vehicle at your home?
Yes.
What type of vehicle was that?
It was a SUV that belonged to his mother.
Was that gold or tan in color?
It was more tan.
Tan. And at some point while he was visiting you on June 23rd of 2024, did he change vehicles? Did he leave the black car in your driveway or leave it at your house and switch to the tan SUV in the car, or I'm sorry, in your garage?
Yes, after I gave him permission to do it.
Did you see him unload that black car and take some bags and put it into the tan SUV?
Yes.
Do you remember how many bags that he removed from the car and put into the SUV?
Either 2 or 3, I don't remember. But I know I was there talking to him while he was moving the bags.
Okay. Did you ever look inside those bags?
Yes.
Okay. What did you see inside the bags?
One of the bags had a camera, because we were talking about the camera, his photography that he was doing. And when he came outside, he said to me, "This is the camera." And when I looked at it, it was one of those professional camera, big one that professional photographer use. There was a light source, and there was something that I call it looking like an umbrella that you use to deflect the lights when they're doing the pictures.
Okay. And why did you look into his own personal bags?
I didn't take it from him because we were talking in the house, because when I asked him about school, about the photography, and about his power washing business, then we talk about that, and he said, when he passed me to put it in the SUV, he said, "Oh, this is the camera." And I looked at it and I said, "Oh, nice."
Okay. Were you out in the garage the entire time when he was at that black car in the driveway?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see your grandson wiping down the entire car with a cloth?
No.
Okay. So you obviously weren't out in the garage?
No, I was there. What happened when he had loaded the car, the SUV, and I said to him, "Did you take everything out?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Make sure, don't leave anything that you need, and make sure the car is clean." He looked at me and he smiled.
Okay.
So he went back into the car, and I said to him, he looked in the front area and he looked in the back, and I said to him, "Do you have your charger?" He said, "Yes." And I did that purposely because they always buy fast food, eat it in the car, leave the wrapping and the container and with the juice, and they're always leaving things back in my house. So I said,
Uh-oh. Prosecution in opening statement. As proof of guilt, said, "Look how he's wiping the car down." And here's grandma saying, "I told him to clean up." Ah.
"Make sure you take everything that you need and make sure the car is clean." So he looked at me and he smiled. And I said to him, "You have everything? You have the charger?" And he did, and he said yes.
Okay.
So that was what happened. Then he said to me, "Do you want me to put the car in the garage?" I said, "No, you put the car in. I will move the SUV." And I did not want to move the car.
Okay. So did he do that for you?
Yes, he did that for me, and I moved the SUV.
Okay. And so at some point, all of the stuff that he had in that Impala, that black Impala, he moved into the SUV. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I had asked him if he took everything out that he needed, and he said yes.
Had you ever said anything different to law enforcement with regards to whether or not you actually looked into the bags?
No, no, I don't remember. I don't remember that. I don't remember.
Okay. You don't ever remember saying that the bags looked heavy?
No, I did not say that.
Okay.
No.
All right. And of course, you love your grandson, Sean Gathright. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
Do you know whether or not your grandson, Mr. Gathright, whether or not he ever owned any firearms or used any firearms?
Did not, never.
He never owned or?
Never owned, never used.
Okay. I have nothing further, Judge.
Okay, Cross?
That was not a good prosecution with state witness.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right. Do you know who Alicia Andrews is?
No,
She's not one of Sean's friends,
I
right?
don't know her, never seen that name before, never see her before.
All right. She's never been to your house before?
No, not that I know of.
And when Sean came to the house, you were standing in the garage?
No,
Talking
no, not when he came. When he came to the house, he came to the front door and he rang the bell. When I opened the door, he opened his arms and said, "Grandma," and he hugged me and I hugged him.
Okay. When Sean came to the house, did he tell you why he was switching cars?
He told me that the car that he had, he couldn't put the power washing equipment. It was difficult to get it in the car, in and out of the car. And then he asked me if he could, we were in that conversation, not just come up and ask me that. We were in conversation, and when I asked him about the power washing business, because I know he started that business a year before, and I asked him, how is it doing? And he said to me, it's doing okay. And then he said, we continue to talk because we were eating and talking at the counter. And then he said, Grandma, can I borrow the SUV so I can put the equipment in there because it's difficult to get it in and out of the car. And then he said to me, it's totally up to you, Grandma. And I said, it's okay.
Okay. All right. So he said he needed the truck, the
It's
tan
truck,
vehicle,
the SUV, yes.
to put power washing equipment in it.
Equipment in because he had a job to do coming up. It was a job he had to do.
All right. And could you actually see what was inside of his bags?
I saw he showed me, we talk about the photographer equipment. So when I was standing right at the back of the SUV was open. I was standing close to the back and he took the bag up and then he said, this is a camera. And I looked in the bag because it was open. So I looked in it and I saw the camera. And as I said, it was a professional camera, not the little small one that we all use.
Oh, really? State, you claimed opening statement that in these bags were guns. Here's Grandma saying she looked in one of the bags. It was camera. For fuck's sake, prosecution, did you not check what she actually knew? Or, or are you going to attack her credibility? Oh, you love your grandson. I don't see her as unreliable. I see the prosecution as unreliable. Jesus Christ.
It was a big professional camera.
Okay. All right. That was that bag, though, right?
That was that bag.
All right. But you didn't see any firearms,
No. no.
any ammunition, anything
No,
like that?
No.
All right. And then the police came to your home?
That was the Wednesday after. I think that was the 26th, I think.
Okay.
The Sunday he came to the house and the police came the Wednesday after. I think it was the 26th.
Okay.
Something.
When the police came to your home, they wanted to view your surveillance footage?
They wanted to view it, yes.
All right. And you allowed them to view the surveillance footage?
I allowed them to view it, but then I realized that they downloaded the footage and I did not give permission to download. I gave them permission to view because it was just a normal visit and there was nothing on there. You know,
Okay. So you're saying the police took the footage from your house without your consent?
without my consent, yes.
Oh.
All right. And I see that you have on a mask. Are you wearing that mask to conceal your identity today?
No, I can take it off.
That's fine. No further questions.
Okay, just briefly, Ratchet. Yep.
Ms. Allen, Regarding when law enforcement detectives from the Tampa Police Department were viewing that video footage, you asked them to leave, right?
Yes, I did.
And that was after they were viewing that video footage, is that
After they
correct?
started to take footage from it.
You also got a phone call from your daughter, Damalie Lyle, during that time period, didn't you?
No, I called her.
You called her.
I was trying to reach her because I didn't know what was going on.
And specifically after that phone call, you asked those Tampa Police Department officers to leave, those detectives to leave after you received
No,
your
no,
daughter's phone call.
No, that was not the reason.
Okay.
I told
But I'm
them that-
asking you about the sequence.
Yes.
You called your daughter while they were viewing that video footage, is that correct?
I called her. I did not get her. I called a friend in New York, and I said to her, there are some cops here. I do not know what is going on. Please pray for me, because she's a Christian. I said, I don't know what is going on. Just pray for me.
But regardless, after that call that you made, you asked those detectives to leave. Is that true, ma'am?
Yes, I did ask them to leave. And
right.
my reason is
Go ahead.
they asked me if they could view the footage, and I said yes.
And did you watch over their shoulders?
No, I did
Well,
not.
hold on. So go ahead, are you done answering?
No, not really.
Okay,
Pardon
I
me?
apologize.
No, I did not finish until.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Where was I?
You were saying that what was the reason, I believe,
Okay,
for asking them
yes.
to leave?
While they pulled me over, I was scared, I was shocked, I didn't know what was going on. I could not use my phone because they said I could not use my phone. The phone was in the car. When eventually they allowed me to use the phone, there's a friend that lives in the neighborhood that I called, and I said I needed some support because I'm just out of it. I didn't know what was going on. So he came over. After he came over, and they asked me if they could view the footage, I said yes.
Okay.
So we went into the house. I was sitting at the table, at the breakfast table, while they were over in the den viewing. I was not paying attention to them. I was talking because I wanted to calm myself down, so I was talking to the friend. But then it dawned on me that they were there a long time ago, for a long time, and I realized that short time could not take them so long. So I turned around and I said, no, there's more going on. I need to speak to a lawyer because I don't know what is going on.
Okay.
And then he backed off.
All right, thank you, I
was-
appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Nothing further.
Okay, Ms. Smith, excused?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. You're free to go.
Yeah, that is illegal seizure. They asked to view. And then they try to illegally download. Folks, we have a clusterfuck. We have a clusterfuck of a trial here. Jen asked, is she guilty? At this point in time, I don't care. At this point in time, she could be the guiltiest guilty of guilty. When stuff like this is revealed, fuck the prosecution. Fuck the investigators in this case. You don't do this. Go by the fucking book. It's not that hard. Jesus.
Thank you so much.
All right, is that it for today? Okay.
All right. That was it for today, for day 2. Let's move on to day 3. Finally, day 3. Let's see here. They took a while before they started. Let's see here. So, all right. They were a bit late, so which means we are not that far off. Dun dun dun. And now I can put myself down in this corner. All right, day 3. Today is only a half day. Today is only a half day. So, folks, so far we have heard absolutely minimal about Alicia Andrews' actual involvement in this case. Day 1, prosecution's opening statement. 2.5 hours. They talked about Alicia Andrews for 5 of those minutes because of the 4 other defendants whose trials are next year. They have called, I believe, soon every cop who was at the crime scene. Jesus. Yeah, and then Grandma revealed now that they were only allowed to view, and then they tried to illegally download the footage. Now, apparently, they got a hold of it anyways, but it's the wrong order of things. It's not that hard. Jesus. All right. Day 3.
Back, while we were on our overnight recess, did anybody watch, read, listen to any news accounts related to this case, do any independent investigation, or talk to anybody about anything related to this case? Okay, very good. All right, State, you can call your next witness.
Yes, state calls Kent Stevenson.
Let's do some volume here. Stevenson.
Judge, Your Honor, may we approach one moment?
Sure, go ahead and have a seat on the witness stand.
Hey! And they start the day with a sidebar counter number 9. All right.
It's okay, thank you. All right, you may proceed.
Please state your full name for the record.
Oh, I gotta swear you meant, or clerk does, sorry.
Can you raise your hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Thank you, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Please state your full name for the record.
Ken Allen Stevenson Jr.
How are you employed?
I am a fingerprint technician with the Tampa Police Department.
How long have you been with the Tampa Police Department?
Just over 3 years.
And back on June 23rd of 2024, what was your position?
I was a crime scene technician 1 with the Tampa Police Department.
How long had you been a crime scene technician 1 with Tampa Police Department?
Crime scene
on June
technician who
23rd
don't
of
know how to use a
2024?
microphone.
5 months that work.
What sort of training and education did you receive in order to get that position?
I have a associate's in science and technology and a certification in crime scene technology from the Coastal Community College.
And while you are working in that unit with the Tampa Police Department, are you getting on-the-job training?
Yes, I received on-the-job training for those companies.
During that time period, did you have a supervisor that was working with you?
I did.
What were your responsibilities and duties as a crime scene technician 1?
I was to respond out to a crime scene, take photos, document it, and collect evidence if needed.
In reference to a homicide case, do you work along with a homicide detective as to what sort of evidence needs to be collected and documented?
We do.
Did you respond to 3751 Fowler Ave, the Holiday Inn, on June 23rd of 2024?
Yes.
Do you remember approximately what time you responded to that location?
I checked my notes.
Yes, so that'll help refresh your recollection.
We responded at 7:11 a.m.
Who was your supervisor at the time?
It was Matthew Evans.
And did you have the assistance of other crime scene technicians assisting you at this particular crime scene?
Yes.
Who-
Supervisor Evans was there with me, as well as my trainer, Kristen Cruz.
What were you tasked with to do specifically at the Holiday Inn?
My supervisor told me I would only be taking photos of a particular scene, and that is all I did.
I'm going to show you some photos. Did you also take photos of the other hotel home to suites?
Check my notes.
Yes.
Yes.
And was one of those room 430
Yes.
and 432?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification, States Exhibit 2018.
Come on, tell them to use the microphone.
Sir, at this time, we'd enter into evidence states exhibits 20A through P. Any objection?
No objection.
Admitted. Sir, were you asked to document different bullet strikes that occurred in those two rooms?
Yes.
When you were doing that, had the guest already been removed from the rooms?
I don't recall completely. One of them slept before me.
Okay. Let me ask you what is being documented in 430. I'm sorry, State's Exhibit 28.
Yes, that's the door plate for the room.
State's Exhibit 20B.
The interior of the room.
And is there any guests that are present in these photographs? 20C.
That's the interior of the room.
I'm going to show you a close-up. 20D, is that same wall that is behind the bed? And let me blow this up a little bit. What are you trying to document in this photograph?
Something that should have.
20E.
That is a close-up with a scale for the image.
And then I'm going to show you 20G.
This image should be a window in the same room on the interior side.
And then is 20F that same photograph but with the blinds down?
Yeah.
And then 24, I'm sorry, 20H.
That's another full impact window.
Right. 20I, is this another hotel room that you were asked to document damage of bullet strikes?
This is room 432.
What are you documenting in 20J?
It's the interior of the room from the front entrance.
$20K,
Another shot of the interior of the room.
and then 20L,
It's an evidence marker showing the damage of the wall just above it.
and that's evident marker number 70.
Yes.
And is what's in 20M.
Some big range of evidence marker 70 showing the damage of the wall.
20N,
And a close-up of that damage to the wall.
20O,
This damage should be ceiling above evidence marker 70. And a close-up of that same damage.
20P, is that correct for the record?
Yay!
Yes.
Hey, this is what do you say? This is going to ruin the tour. Hello. Oh, yay, this is local to me. Okay. And I didn't see anyone but Lawn and Krim live streaming. So happy you are. Hey, good to have you here. Good to have you here. There's Snark, there's me, and it's Court. So I hope you like it here. Thank you for being here.
Sir, what other areas did you photograph at that crime scene? I know that there were 2 hotels, Home to Suites, as well as the Holiday Inn.
I also photographed some of the vehicles near those buildings as well as parts of the parking lot around them.
Happy Friday.
Sir, Sir, did you also take photographs of the shell casings, the 9mm shell casings, and where they were located?
Yes, I took photos of those.
After you took the photos, who collected them?
My trainer did.
I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification, State's Exhibit number 14.
What are the prosecutors' name? The male
After you were
is
done photographing them, did your supervisor,
Scott Harmon
did she package all of the shell casings
and
and then put them
Michelle
in
Do-
envelopes?
and Anna Ismer. So it's
What happened to some of the other ones?
three prosecutors. And happy Friday, J.K. Buck.
And is that,
I'm sorry, you're just a little bit soft-spoken, so make sure you're speaking into the microphone, because I'm seated next to you and I'm having trouble hearing you.
I'll ask you again,
Sir,
how were
the
some of
microphone
9mm
is right
shell
there in
casings
front of
packaged?
you.
Some were packaged in envelopes like this, and some were
Seriously?
in a small vial.
The judge just told you, speak into the microphone. You're a technician, crime scene technician, and you don't even see the fucking microphone. Seriously? And yeah, of course, nervous. Yeah, but this isn't his first. I would imagine this isn't his first trial.
Why were they placed in a small vial?
It was to keep the integrity of any DNA evidence that may be on them.
And is that special packaging provided to you from ATF in order to preserve that type of evidence?
Yes.
And you said after you photographed the shell casings, your supervisor, Kristen Cruz, packaged them. Is that correct?
Yes, you did.
And how long had you worked with Kristen Cruz?
It's probably about 2 months.
Okay. And do you recognize her initials and her handwriting?
I did.
And after an evidence is collected, what is the standard procedure for crime scene technicians to package it?
For the casings, it will be placed in gauze and then placed into the envelope. After that's either secured in one of our cabinets or placed with the evidence section.
Does the crime scene technician document the location and the evidence marker where each particular shell casing comes from?
Yes.
And is that in order to be able to identify it at another time?
Yes, to show where it was.
And State's Exhibit number 14, do you recognize the handwriting on that package?
I did.
Are there other seals and other markings on that particular item after it goes to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement to be tested?
Yes.
And is it then initialed by whoever opens the package and sealed again with initials being added on it?
Yes.
But you recognize your supervisor, Kristen Cruz, handwriting and her initials when she originally packaged the item, is that correct?
Yes.
What is the evidence marker that that particular 9mm shell casing is located at?
Evidence marker number 62.
Your Honor, at this time, we would introduce into evidence State's Exhibit number 14.
Any objection?
No objection.
Admitted?
Sir, can you go ahead and open it and take a look inside?
Do
Do you have any scissors?
Yeah, he's-
I don't, but the clerk might.
And no gloves. The moment he touches this evidence, if there is a retrial, they can't ask to get it retested because it's contaminated. Crime scene technician, no gloves. Can't find the microphone.
Did you go ahead and take a look inside?
Yes.
Is that one of the 9mm, is that the 9mm shell casing that was located at that evidence marker 62?
Yes.
And what, for evidence markers for the 9mm shell casings, is that the last evidence marker denoting all of those shell casings that were taken into evidence?
Yes.
So that's what was photographed and collected at evidence marker number 62?
Yes.
Then I'm going to show you what's already been placed into evidence. State's Exhibit 13A. What are these yellow cones that are on the street?
Sir, evidence markers 59, 60, 61, and 62.
And at each one of these evidence markers, 59, 60, 61, 62, those are some of the 9mm shell casings that were located at the crime scene. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you also take close-ups of each individual shell casing at each of those evidence markers?
Yes.
What are you documenting in State's Exhibit 13B?
That is a shell casing near evidence marker 59.
And then do you also take a photograph of the shell casing itself in 13C?
Yes, that's a close-up.
And do you do that meticulously for each and every shell casing that is at the scene?
Yes.
I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 13D.
Can you show that you put the right shell back into the right bag? Can you show that through an evidence log that things are actually in the... How do you determine which one is which? You just look down and said yes. Yeah, as Law Kong says, how is he identifying the shell, that shell, from any other shell? Where are the gloves? Fuck's sake.
What are you documenting there?
Shell casing next to evidence marker 60.
State Exhibit 13E.
A close-up of that casing.
Yeah, didn't the guns have shell catchers?
State Exhibit number 13F.
Well, the
Casing next to
rifles had, I don't think the modified gun had.
State Exhibit 13G.
A close-up of that casing.
And then State Exhibit 62.
Casing next to evidence marker 62.
And is that the shell casing, the location of the shell casing that was introduced into evidence here today?
Yes.
And State's Exhibit 13I.
A close-up of that casing.
There were numerous shell casings that were located in that crime scene. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
Were there also other items such as fragments and projectiles?
Yes.
Approximately how many photographs did you take of the crime scene that day, if you can tell us?
918.
And was that to, what sort of things were you documenting other than the projectiles and fragments and stuff of that nature?
Any damage left by those fragments, vehicles damaged, the buildings that were damaged, the rooms that were damaged, as well as the decedent.
And you mentioned some of the vehicles. You're the one that actually took all those photographs, is that correct?
Yes.
And I'm not going to show you all the photographs because the crime scene detective has already testified to them, but I just want to go over a few. 16A, is that one of the photographs where you were documenting some of the damage that occurred?
Yes,
Did you also document the interior of the vehicles?
I did.
I'm going to show you 16C. Again, is that a close-up of one of the bullet holes that went into the van?
Yes.
Or the SUV, I apologize.
Yes, the bullet hole is down by the Q on the license plate.
Did you also document the damage that was inside of the vehicle, 16H?
Yes.
And can you show us where the damage is in 16H?
In the center of the photo on the end part.
Do you know how many vehicles had damaged bullet strikes at that location?
I do not recall.
Was it more than 2 or 3?
Yes.
And did you also take photographs of the vehicle that contained the victim's body?
Yes.
And were there numerous photographs taken of all of the damage and bullet strikes to that particular vehicle?
Yes.
Did you also document the other vehicle that was stopped near the victim's vehicle, the black Dodge Charger?
Yes.
And you said that you were only tasked with documenting the crime scene with photographs, is that correct?
Yes.
You had assistance with other crime scene technicians to actually impound all of the evidence in the case, is that correct?
Yes.
All of the 9mm shell casings that were located were collected and impounded and put into evidence, is that correct?
Yes.
What about all of the fragments and the projectiles and any sort of jacketing that was located?
Those are also collected.
Were there areas of blood that were swabbed by DNA, for DNA?
Yes.
And was that done by another crime scene technician with your office?
Yes.
Your Honor, may I have one moment? Your Honor, at this time, we would pass the witness.
Oh,
Cross.
all right. Cross-examination. Ask him to talk into the microphone.
took a lot of photos in relation to this crime. Is that correct?
Yes.
918 to be exact.
Yes.
But you also, when you took some of those photos, you used gloves, right?
Yes.
Did
Why do
you
you use gloves when you collect evidence?
In order,
did you change your gloves between handling the evidence and holding the camera?
not transfer my DNA on the evidence.
So it's to preserve the evidence,
Yes.
the integrity of the evidence?
Yes.
You don't want to transfer your fingerprints to any evidence, right?
Yes.
You don't want to transfer any of your DNA to any of the evidence, right?
Yes.
So when you're picking up casings from off the ground, how many casings did you pick up?
30 casings.
You picked up 30 casings off the ground?
I didn't. My trainer did.
So your trainer picked them up and you took the photo?
Yes.
Your trainer was Kristen Cruz?
Yes.
And
Oh. They didn't use gloves.
showing what's in evidence is State's Exhibit 13C. So the one handling the casing, the one with the white glove, that's you or Kristen Cruz?
That's my trainer, Kristen Cruz.
Okay, so she handled all of the casings,
Yes.
including this one and 13I?
Yes.
All right. And she also wears gloves to protect the integrity of the evidence, right?
She does.
She's wearing gloves so that she doesn't transfer her DNA onto the casing, correct?
Yes.
And she doesn't want to transfer her fingerprints to the casing, correct?
Yes.
That's because at some point you all may analyze these casings to figure out whether there's DNA from some other person on the casing, right?
Yes.
Same thing for fingerprints. Some point you may want to analyze this casing to see whether there's any fingerprint on the casing, correct?
Yes.
All right. And did any of these casings go to ATF?
I believe some of them did.
Some of them? The majority of them?
I don't.
You don't remember?
I didn't handle the evidence, so I don't know who was transferred.
Okay. Why did they go to ATF casings? You know.
The agents were there with us that day, and I'm aware that they took some of them with them.
You said agents. You mean the federal agents from ATF were there?
Okay, it seems like they actually used gloves here, but since he was very why did it has to have some meaning that he asked so specifically about handling it with gloves.
On the scene that day?
Yes.
And they came in and they took some of the evidence?
Yes.
All right. Did you personally lift any fingerprints from the casings?
No.
Did you have anything to do with DNA testing? Swabbing on the casings?
No.
Did you lift any fingerprints from any evidence?
No.
Did you do any DNA swabbing on any evidence?
No.
So your job was solely to take the pictures, the 918 pictures that you took?
Correct.
And you didn't even physically handle any of the evidence?
Correct.
No further questions.
I think I know what this guy is. I think I know. Let's see. Folks, we have, remember from the YSL trial? We have another one.
Yellow flag guy in the morning light. Not quite sharp, but he's trying right. Marks the clues with yellow signs. Never solves the case, but keeps us alive. He walks around with his flag in hand. Marks the spots like he's in command. Yellow flags on every scene. He's a part of the team, though he's rarely seen. Yellow flag guy, that's his name. Not a mastermind, but it's all the same. Does his part in his own small way. Yellow flags make sure nothing strays.
Imagine being paid a full-time salary to drive to a crime scene and take photos. Huh.
Okay, redirect.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Stevenson, Is it part of your responsibilities as a crime scene technician to make any sort of decisions with regards to testing for DNA?
No.
Is it part of your responsibility to submit any sort of fingerprints for analysis by a fingerprint examiner? Did you do that in this particular case?
I did not.
Were you asked to do that in this particular case?
No.
Would those decisions and directions come from the detectives in the homicide unit responsible for this particular case?
Go ahead.
Were those decisions, would they be submitted to you by homicide detectives responsible for this particular homicide?
They can't do.
Okay. Could it come from other sources as well?
My supervisor could have directed me, and one of my trainers could have directed me.
Okay. But you weren't asked to do that in this particular case, is that correct?
Correct.
And you're not aware of whether or not that was done or not by the federal agents in this particular case?
Correct.
All right. I have nothing further, Judge.
All right, may this witness be excused?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. You're free to go. Okay, state our next witness.
State calls Officer Bahamundi Vega.
Officer Vega. Okay. Let's see what he has to say.
Good morning. Would you please state your name and spell both names, please?
My name is Officer J.L. Bahamundi.
Mr. Vega, with all due respect, when you buy a new shirt, you iron the creases out. Otherwise, it looks kind of stupid. Or did a prosecutor hand you this? What's going on here? Isn't he an officer? Why is he... Folks, what's going on here? Why is he in civilian clothing? Didn't they say this was an officer?
Vega, first name J-A-E-L, last name B-A-H-A-M-U-N-D-I-V-E-G-A.
All right. And what kind of work do you do, sir?
I am a police officer in the state of Georgia.
Okay. With what agency?
I am currently working with the City of Lawrenceville Police Department.
Is that contained within the county of Gwinnett?
Yes,
And is Gwinnett County just to the northeast of the city of Atlanta?
yes, sir.
And Atlanta, is that DeKalb County?
Atlanta is Fulton County.
Fulton County. Okay.
Hold on. His name was Vega, right? Hold on. I'm just checking if I recognize. But I mean, he's not shaved. He has a newly bought ill-fit shirt. What's going on here?
How long have you worked for the Lawrenceville PD?
I've worked in Lawrenceville PD since May of this year.
May of this year. Before working there, did you work for another agency in Gwinnett?
Yes, sir. I work for the Gwinnett County Police Department.
All right. So I'm going to call your attention back to June, July time period of 2024. You were working for Gwinnett County PD at that time?
Yes, sir.
How long had you been working for Gwinnett at that point?
At that point, I was more than likely coming up on 3 years.
And at that time and now, are you certified by state of Georgia guidelines as a law enforcement officer?
Yes, sir.
Did you attend a police academy?
Yes, sir.
And do you go through annual qualifications or periodic qualifications to maintain your certification?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to call your attention back to June 26th.
Was he out on the
2024.
bender
Were you on
yesterday?
duty in the early morning hours with Gwinnett County PD?
Yes, sir.
Were you in the area of the city of Norcross?
Yes, sir.
Is that a city that's also contained within Gwinnett County?
Yes, sir.
And at that time, what was your assignment or duty?
At that time, I was assigned to West Precinct for Gwinnett County Police Department as a uniform division patrol officer.
So how were you dressed that morning?
I was dressed in a police uniform. It was a French blue uniform with a badge and patches that say Gwinnett County Police Department.
Were you driving a marked patrol vehicle?
Yes, sir.
What kind of vehicle?
It was a Ford Taurus with markings on the side that said Gwinnett County Police Department and a light bar.
Were there other lights on that car?
Aside from the light bar, the front bumper, and I believe the rear.
Was there a supervisor with Gwinnett County PD who had been working on license plate reader leads for a vehicle that was wanted out of the city of Tampa here in Florida?
Yes, sir.
And was that an individual named Lieutenant Cheek?
Yes, sir.
And was he also an employee or a police officer with Gwinnett County?
Yes, sir.
And was the vehicle you were or he was working on a silver in color Chevy Cruze?
Yes, sir.
Now, were there LPRs, specifically Flock brand cameras at that time in the city of Norcross?
Yes, sir.
Was that a system at that time that you were somewhat familiar with?
Yes, sir.
Had it been installed in that area in the years just prior to this?
Yes, sir.
Does that system alert if a license plate is put into it? Does it alert if it picks up on its cameras that that vehicle is in a certain area?
Yes, sir.
Does it alert to, based on the cameras and the positioning of the cameras, as to the location of the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And the time that the license plate is read?
Yes, sir.
May I have one moment, Your Honor?
Yes.
Did Lieutenant Cheek contact you and some other uniformed officers to assist in searching for that Chevy Cruze?
Yes, sir.
Were you in communication with him by radio, or did you meet with him in person that morning?
Radio and in person.
All right, and about what time in the morning did this happen?
If I remember correctly, it would have been from hours of 3 in the morning up to 6 in the morning.
Were you at some point alerted by Lieutenant Cheek to a possible location for the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And was that, again, based on Flock camera activity?
Yes, sir.
And let me just specify about Flock. Flock is a company, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's based out of Georgia, right?
To my understanding, it is.
All right, and that's Flock?
Yes, sir.
That's the spelling? And they manufacture and produce these LPR, or license plate recognition systems,
Yes, sir.
that include installing cameras.
Yes, sir.
So they contract either with a city or with a law enforcement agency to install those?
Yes, sir.
Was it brought to your attention that the silver Chevy Cruze was in an area near a hotel in Norcross?
Yes, sir.
And would that have been on Oak Brook Parkway?
Yes, sir.
Did you respond to that area?
Yes, I believe the address is more than likely 5945 Oakwood Parkway, if I'm correct.
Okay, and that would be the address of a certain hotel in that area?
Yes, sir.
When you responded, were you alone in your patrol car, or was someone with you?
When we responded, I was alone on patrol car, yes, sir.
Okay, and was there another patrol car or other patrol officers that were responding in their cars to that area?
Yes, sir.
And was this occurring at around 6:40 a.m.? Does that sound right? So based on the information provided to you by Lieutenant Cheek, did you respond to the, I believe it's called the Baymont Hotel on Oak Brook?
Yes, sir.
At some point, did you enter the parking lot?
Yes, sir.
And once entering the parking lot, did you visually see the Chevy Cruze?
Yes, sir.
Was it daylight at that point, or was there at least some light?
It was daylight.
It was daylight. And was the Chevy Cruze displaying the license plate 0F30BNRI?
Yes, sir.
And what was the vehicle doing when you saw it?
So as soon as I hit the parking lot, the vehicle was front-facing parking. That is when I made contact with the vehicle.
So it was pulling into a parking spot?
Yes, sir.
And you say you made contact with the vehicle. What exactly did you do?
So I got behind it, I activated my emergency equipment. I stepped out of my vehicle and simultaneously black male stepped out of the vehicle.
From what door?
Driver.
All right. And did your investigation reveal whether there was anyone else in the car at that time?
Based on that time, there was no one else in the car.
Okay. So he gets out simultaneously to you getting out of your patrol car. Are you producing anything from somewhere on your belt at that point?
Yes, based on the fact that it was with the vehicle and all that, I pulled my firearm out and gave verbal commands.
Now, at that point, did you have knowledge through either Lieutenant Cheek or other officers as to why that car was wanted or what it was in relation to, what kind of investigation?
Yes, sir.
And what did you know at that point?
At that point, through running the vehicle through Florida's database, the CIC database for license plates, it came out as a vehicle involved in a homicide, if I remember what the hit was.
Okay. Now, were you aware at that point, when you were in your vehicle at that time, of the murder of an individual who had a celebrity name of Julio Foolio?
Yes, through just social media, but yeah.
Did you associate the two things? That car was wanted in relationship to that homicide?
Yeah, I basically put it together on my own, based on it was Tampa and the date of entry.
All right.
I believe it was probably 3 days or some change after the fact.
Did you know that firearms had been involved in that homicide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is that one of the reasons you pulled your duty sidearm?
Yes, sir.
When you produced your sidearm and you were exiting your car, did you point it at the suspect that was getting out of the Chevy Cruze?
I did.
Did you give him verbal commands?
Yes, sir.
What type of verbal commands?
I believe I said, let me see your hands, just try to get compliance from the verbal.
Did he comply?
No.
What did he do?
He decided to run.
When he ran, did you run towards him or take off?
Once he ran, I gave chase.
Right. So you're chasing him, what happens?
As we're chasing, I drew my department issued taser 7 at that time, and deployed one set of cartridges. It appeared that he fell behind the car. It looked like he was about to get back up and run again, and I deployed a second set of cartridges.
Now, the parking spot that he was pulling into, was it near the actual building of the hotel?
Yes, it was connected to the hotel.
When he ran, did he run near the hotel or around the hotel?
Yes, he ran. He basically stayed on the side of the hotel and ran towards the back.
When you tasered him or when you deployed your taser, was that in an area that was behind a line of parked cars?
Yes.
And is that where he was running?
Yes.
Did the tasers, as far as you know, make contact with him?
The first approach probably did not. The second cartridge did.
Okay, we'll get to that. You deployed a second cartridge in your taser.
Yes, sir.
So if you could, just for those who don't know, with a taser, when it deploys, there are prongs, right?
Yes, sir.
Are there leads, wires that lead to the prongs?
Yes, sir.
Are the prongs designed to lodge in flesh or to try to get into the body in some way?
Yes, sir.
And do they separate as they deploy?
Yes.
What's the purpose of the separation?
So the purpose of separation, we are taught in the academy to split the belt line. At a certain distance, the probes would, the cartridges, the probes would essentially travel like at a V formation to try to get a better spread to a person's body to achieve neuromuscular incapacitation.
So when they're deploying, they're moving in a V, so they're spreading out, and they're going to hopefully impact the body is the intent, correct?
Yes, sir. The intent is to get ideally one upper body, one to a leg.
And you indicated neuromuscular incapacitation?
Yes, sir.
NMI, I believe it's referred to?
Yes, sir.
As the suspect was running, did something appear to be happening to his pants?
Yeah, I think when he first fell, that was probably because his pants were sagging and it went down.
Overall, go ahead.
So you deploy a taser, he falls. Do you deploy a second taser after he falls?
I do.
And is that because he's attempting to get up?
Yes,
Do you believe the second taser made impact with him, the prongs?
I did.
All right. Now, he's on the ground. Does he get back up off the ground?
After the second taser deployment?
Yes.
No, I achieved neuromuscular incapacitation.
Did other officers come to assist you at that point?
They did.
And did they point their guns at the suspect?
Yes.
Did you point your gun at him?
Yes.
Did you reholster, or what did you do with your taser?
So, in the process of running, I was in the process of holstering my department issued firearm, and that was when I drew my taser and deployed it.
So now you're there with the suspect, other officers are there. Would it be fair to say you have him on the ground and you're surrounding him?
Yes.
Are you or other officers giving him commands?
Yes.
Is he complying?
Based on the neuromuscular incapacitation, afterwards, yes, he decided to comply with all officers there and so forth.
Was he taken into custody and handcuffed?
Yes, sir.
And was he placed into a vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Was that a patrol vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Was he identified?
I had him priorly identified.
Oh, you did? Okay.
He wished not to give me his name and date of birth.
All right.
Just to confirm further his identity.
Did you later confirm his identity as Rashad Murphy?
Yes, sir.
Now, later in your investigation, did you
Oh, we got an answer for something earlier when the prosecution used the word, did you molest the victim in the car before the crime scene text came there? No. We had a lot of fun about it, but here's a local. This is going to ruin your tour, says I'm behind, but we do use molest fairly frequently in that from because our wildlife. Signs all over, don't molest the alligators. I promise it's not weird here. Okay, I trust you. I trust you. for the rest of the world, it's very, very funny. It's very, very funny. I need one of those signs. Where can I buy one of those signs? Don't molest the alligators. Well, first of all, yes, there do not feed or molest. It's actually correct. All right. So locally, you actually use that word in its old form. Okay. Thank you. Oh. All right. Back to trial. Oh.
assist officers in detaining another person
Yes, sir.
that was related to the Chevy Cruze?
Yes, sir.
Did the investigation reveal that Mr. Murphy and a woman named Charmaine Steiger had checked into a room earlier that morning
Yes, sir.
in that hotel? And was Ms. Steiger detained?
Yes, sir.
And was she placed into the back of a patrol car
Yes, sir.
there at the scene?
Yes, sir.
Were you wearing and equipped with a body-worn camera on that morning?
Yes, sir.
And your agency, Gwinnett County, issued those to uniformed officers?
Yes, sir.
Now, your body-worn camera, where at that time was it mounted on your uniform?
So my previous agency, Gwinnett County Police Department, we had the main recording box, and then we had a camera that led to our shoulder, pointing forward.
Okay. So the camera's pointing off of your shoulder forward of your body.
Yeah, it was my collar. I had a collar piece on that board.
Was the camera activated when you pulled up behind the Chevy Cruze?
Yes, sir.
When you pulled up behind the Chevy Cruze, and did you pull up in a way to attempt to pin the Chevy Cruze in between the other two cars it was parking between?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we would tender state 64.
Any objection?
No objection.
Okay, admitted.
So your body-worn camera is activated. Is it recording?
Yes, sir.
Right now, they are going to show the arrest of somebody
Published state 64.
who is not her. It's an alleged co-conspirator.
That's the interior of your patrol vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And to the right, is there a computer mounted?
Yes, sir.
Are you pulling into the hotel?
Yes, sir.
And is that the hotel on the left?
Yes.
Above your steering wheel, is that the Chevy Cruze pulling into the parking spot?
Yes, sir.
Okay, last year he could run. But it's not her.
The yellow device that's in your hand, is that the taser?
Yes, sir.
And we could see the wire hanging out of that, is that the lead?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that connects to the prong that goes into the body.
Yes, sir.
Did Lieutenant Cheek, to your knowledge, contact law enforcement here at Tampa Police Department in Tampa, Florida, to alert them to the arrest of Rashad Murphy?
Yes, sir.
May I have one moment, Your Honor?
Yes.
Anything? Tender the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, cross.
Did you ever come into contact with Alicia Andrews?
No.
You know who that is?
If I'm correct, it's the lady who's here.
All right. Do you know anything about her?
Objection, Your Honor, outside the scope.
I'm going to sustain the objection as the way the question's phrased, so rephrase your question.
You don't know who Alicia Andrews is?
Objection, again, outside the scope and relevance.
World, you can answer.
I do not.
Was Alicia
What do you mean outside of the scope? It's cross-examination.
Andrews with Rashad Murphy?
No.
So she didn't run from
Objection,
you?
Your Honor. Calls for speculation as to whether she ran.
Well, I think the question was ran with Rashad Murphy, so you can answer that question.
No.
All right. Do you have any indication that Alicia Andrews was in Georgia with Rashad Murphy at any point in time?
No.
Did Rashad Murphy tell you anything about Alicia Andrews?
No.
No further questions.
Okay, read it right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, for fuck's
You don't work for the Tampa Police Department, do you?
No, sir.
And you weren't involved in the homicide investigation of the death of Charles Jones?
No, sir.
And you don't know anything about where Miss Andrews may have gone after the murder, correct? Because you don't work here in Florida and you didn't participate in the investigation, is that fair to say? Nothing else, Your Honor.
Okay, may this witness be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, sir. You're free to go. All right, who's your next witness?
City calls Detective Angela Carter, or did you get a call? Okay, what would you say?
The prosecution was so pissed off that the defense is constantly pointing out they're not talking about her. They are not talking about Alicia Andrews at all. They're talking about other people, not Alicia Andrews. And it's pissing the prosecution off. Yeah, and the couch fairy. Why are they talking about the other person arrested? Because they claim it's a conspiracy. And the 4 guys who allegedly committed the murder are co-conspirators to her. Or she is a co-conspirator to them, or whatever's. And then yeah. So they bring in everything about the other people in hopes that the jury will convict her of being in the car earlier in the night. She was with the people earlier. You saw her in around the 4 alleged killers in the second to last bar where Julio Foolio was. But she's not seen at the crime scene. Now, her phone pinged roughly in that area. But it's very weak. And the prosecution hates it when the defense is pointing it out.
Please state your full name for the record. How are you employed? How long have you been with the city of Tampa?
I didn't.
How long have you been a detective in the homicide unit?
2.5
Did you participate in the investigation of the homicide of Charles Jones?
I did.
Who was the lead investigator?
Detective Juan Ramos.
How is the homicide unit, how many detectives are in the homicide unit at the Tampa Police Department?
About 12 detectives.
Is there a sergeant that is in charge as well?
Yes, there is.
How many?
2.
How is a homicide case assigned at the Tampa Police Department?
So typically, we will have a person that's assigned as a lead detective. That lead detective will have an assistant, so a second detective that's helping them. And then depending upon the scene of the homicide, it could be anywhere from 2, 3, 4 detectives, depending on how big it is, how expansive it is, and how much work needs to be done.
Do you work as a unit and assist whether or not you're the lead investigator in a particular case?
Yes, that's one of our strengths. It's kind of a communal where we all use our experience, our expertise in different areas to come together to investigate these crimes.
Who was assigned as the lead homicide investigator in this particular case?
That would be Detective Juan Ramos.
And did he have a second to assist him in the investigation?
Yes, he did.
Who was that?
I believe that was Detective Aaron Campbell.
And is Detective Campbell, has he been promoted and is no longer in the homicide unit? Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And is there a specific homicide detective that is tasked with supervising the crime scene?
Yes,
Was there one assigned to this particular case?
I believe so.
And do you know who that was?
It would be, I believe, Detective Alverson.
We have another one who's trying to bolster everybody else.
Now I'm going to ask you what specifically that you did. Did you yourself respond out there to the home to suites across from the University of South Florida?
I did not.
When were you assigned to assist in this investigation?
Some days later, so it would have been kind of in July.
What specifically were you tasked to do?
So Detective Juan Ramos had identified a cellular device in this case related to one of the suspects. He had done a search warrant and received timely advance of geolocational data for that device. And it was clear before this incident that it had gone to several different locations. So I identified a specific time before the homicide had occurred and went out in that area attempting to locate video confirming the devices in that area.
Okay. Did you know which suspect timing advice data that you were looking at the time?
Yes.
Whose was it?
That'd be for Alicia Andrews.
And can you tell the jury briefly what is timing advance records obtained from a search warrant from a cell phone provider?
So obviously every cell phone has a network that it's on. When you're using your phone, obviously it's using data, so it's interacting with cell sites. And cell phone companies can provide data showing general locations of where the device is at certain times when it's being used.
And in this particular case, did you know when the incident occurred, the exact timing of when the shooting of Charles Jones took place at Home to Suites?
I did.
And were you aware that there was video footage of when that occurred?
Yes.
Would you also have had knowledge of when 911 calls started coming into the Tampa Police Department?
I don't remember at the time, but I'm sure that was looked at by other detectives.
So when you say you started looking at the timing advance records of Alicia Andrews' cell phone records, what time period are you looking at specifically?
So obviously this incident occurred June 23rd. So I would have been looking at about 125 hours.
Okay, this is a good question from Aaron. So far, this seems like a wasteful trial. They should have gone after the shooters and given her a deal for cooperating with the police. They did give her a plea deal, which she refused. The plea was for 18 years. And a lesser included. And she refused. Also, she refused to waive a speedy trial. That is why her trial starts before the others. So this is basically the dress rehearsal for the other alleged killers. So they chose to bring her to trial because her boyfriend is one of the alleged killers. She traveled with them from Jacksonville to Tampa. She was with the people provably up until a few hours before the murders, and then her phone pinged. The claim from the prosecution is that she helped stalk Julio Foolio, that she helped conspire to the murder. So far, we have gotten the ping. We haven't actually have a testimony about her phone pinging. That was in opening statement. Then we got text messages between her and her best friend 3.5 years before the murder, gossiping between each other about trap rappers in Jacksonville, and they didn't really like Julio Foolio, and one of the wordings was he should die or something of the sort, which the prosecution claims is consciousness of guilt, because 3.5 later she was close to where he was murdered. According to the defense, The weapons, no fingerprint, no DNA on any of the evidence belongs to Alicia Andrews. Nothing. There's no actual text messaging between her and the other four, except one, I believe, which is pick up the phone earlier that night. It's impressive. It's impressive. I'm impressed on how vague it is. Yeah, the judge let it in. They had a motion in limine yesterday at lunch, after lunch. And she allowed it in because they are co-conspirators. The girl, her and her best friend at the time must have been 17 or 18. These texts were before she started dating one of the alleged killers. And this is supposed to be an up to 2-week trial. And we are on day 3. It's amazingly poor evidence against her specifically. Hi, TJ Diamond. Basically, the prosecution don't have anything on her. They have accusations. They have, what you call it, they represent stuff that has to be interpreted because there seems to be no text communication that talks about it. And Julio Foolio was a member of a rival gang of 2 or some of the alleged killers. In their trial, they have gang enhancement charges, which brings it to death penalty case. Alicia does not have gang charges in this trial. She's not a member of a gang. So it's insanely weak evidence. No, they did not arrest the other girl, but they did subpoena her to testify. It's impressively vague and bad evidence this far.
That morning.
Okay. And what did you do? Where did you start?
So looking at the records, it seemed like it was in the general area of Fletcher, west of Bruceby Downs. I've been out there several times, and I know there are a bunch of restaurants and a gas station and different businesses that are out there.
Did you also, at that point of your investigation, have information about possible suspect vehicles that were involved in this particular case that you would have searched video for?
Yes.
What sort of vehicles were you looking for?
I was informed 2 involved vehicles. One was a silver Chevy Cruze, and the second was a black Chevy Impala.
What businesses did you go to look for video surveillance around that time period?
There was a McDonald's located in that general area.
Where was the McDonald's located specifically?
So the McDonald's would be at 2205 East Fletcher Ave, and that is on Fletcher, west of Bruceby Downs.
Did you go to that location?
Yes, I did.
Did you look at the video surveillance footage for that time period of July 23rd of 2024?
Yes, I did.
Did you locate anything of interest on that McDonald's video footage?
Yes. I was able to look at exterior cameras that were located around the business, and it's appeared that around that time a Chevy Cruze came in to the drive-thru area.
This McDonald's on Fletcher Ave, how many cameras did that McDonald's have?
A lot.
Can you tell the jury the locations of the various cameras on that particular property?
Yes, it appears that there was cameras all around the building. On the west side is where the drive-thru starts, so you can see cars as they pull up to the area to order food. It wraps around to the east side of the business. There's cameras that are pointing north and south, and then inside of the restaurant itself, there is a camera view of the cashier area as they interact with cars in the drive-thru.
Does that video footage have a date and timestamp?
Yes.
Did you confirm and verify the accuracy of the date and the timestamp on that video footage?
Yes.
How did you do that?
So I will go on time.gov, it's the official time for the government, and I will look at the live view on the camera system that I'm looking at then, and compare that with the camera or the time on time.gov to see if there's any discrepancies in time.
And was there a discrepancy from the McDonald's video footage to real time?
Yes,
How much was the discrepancy?
it was approximately 12 minutes and 15 seconds fast.
And you're saying the McDonald's time was that it was faster than what was real time, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And was the date accurate?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, we would introduce into evidence States Exhibit 78.
Any objection?
Yes.
What's the basis?
Well, why don't you show it to him and have him verify that that's what the exhibit is?
Is this the McDonald's video from that Fletcher Ave location?
Yes.
Is the video footage that you have viewed, is that a fair and accurate representation of the area that the cameras around the McDonald's and in the drive-through depict?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, we'd introduce into evidence States Exhibit number 78.
Any objection?
Yes, no objection. Authentication is not being raised for contents in the video of what that person not the area around.
Okay. Has he viewed that exhibit before?
Judge, he hasn't viewed this particular exhibit, but he has viewed the video footage of it that is contained on this particular exhibit.
Okay. Overall objection. Go ahead.
Sir, did you testify that you had located that Silver Cruise that was a suspect vehicle in this particular case?
Yes.
And were you aware whether or not that silver Chevy Cruze had been depicted in other video footage that was captured at the actual crime scene and other clubs that were involved in this investigation?
Yes, that information was relayed to me. You wasn't the first person I could watch the video notice.
And sir, can you tell us what is the street that is being shown outside of the McDonald's parking lot?
That's going to be Fletcher Avenue, and this business is located on the southern side of Fletcher Avenue.
And then will you indicate to the jury when you see the silver Chevy Cruze that you were looking for and that you found on this video surveillance?
It's going to be behind this SUV, so it's the second car that's depicted on the video.
And for the record, can you note the time?
It's 1:47:10 on the DVR time, and it's 12 minutes past 8 minus 12.
And where is this camera located at the McDonald's?
This is on the west side of the business, and this is the beginning of the line to order through the drive-through.
Detective Klein, please tell us where this camera angle is located on the McDonald's.
So this is going to be a little bit further to the south. This is as you go in the drive-through and you're about to pull up to the intercom to order food.
Can you again note the time of when the silver Chevy Cruze is in place?
Yes, 1:47, and that's on the DVR time.
Okay. Yeah. She was in the car when they went to McDonald's earlier that day. Ooh! Bring out the pitchforks!
And where is this camera angle?
So this is on the southern portion of the building. It's looking at the drive-through line as you work through that intercom.
And what is the timestamp now?
Right now, it's 1:47 DVR time.
And again, is that the same silver Chevy Cruze that we saw previously?
Yes.
Okay. Guilty of ordering food. Whoa! And do we really need to see the entirety of it? Just show the important part and then have the rest admitted into evidence if the jury, for some odd reason, wants to look at the entire video of them having McDonald's. Hey, Mr. Jingles is here.
And Detective Klein, where is this now camera angle?
So this is on the other side of the building, still looking to the south at the main room.
Are we really wasting time looking at people ordering food at McDonald's? Do we see guns? Do we hear them scream, "We're gonna kill fool"? No! Jesus.
And where are we, where is this camera located?
This is on the east side of the building, looking to the south, and it's up the drive-through line. So you're exiting the intercom area, and you're going towards the windows to pay and procedure.
This is a slow fast food joint. Yes, Gwendolyn. They're going to play this when the other four are, when their trial happens sometime next year.
Detective, is that the same silver Chevy Cruze coming into view?
Yes,
And can you note for the record what the timestamp is?
1:50 in the morning on the drive.
Judge, I think I'll publish it later. I'll just ask him a few more questions. We're having some technical difficulties. Okay. Sir, after you left the McDonald's, did you go to any other businesses in that area?
I went to a couple of other businesses in the general area, was not able to locate any video that had any evidentiary value to the state.
At some point, did you go to the Truth 18 Plaza?
Yes.
When did you go to that location?
It would have been 2 different days, the 3rd of July and the 5th of July.
Why did you go to that location?
We were given information by the lead detective, Detective Ramos, that the victim may have been in this general area before the homicide had occurred.
Were you working with other detectives when you went to that location?
Yes, I was.
Who were you with?
Detective Lipsky and Detective Wheeler.
Did you locate video footage where Truth 18 was located?
Yes.
I was just asking not to read officer report.
Okay, so you just need to testify from your memory, and if you need to refresh your recollection by looking at your report, you just need to tell us that you're doing that, and so take a moment, look at your report, refresh your recollection, and then continue testifying, okay?
Again, what day did you go to Truth 18?
That's fine. You can look at your report to refresh your recollection.
2 days, the 3rd of July and the 5th of July.
Okay. On the 3rd of July, did you notice any sort of cameras at that location?
Yes.
What is the address of Truth 18? Again, if you need to refresh your recollection by looking at your report, go ahead and then let me know when it's refreshed.
So it's a complex located at 4819 East Bush. There's a bunch of different businesses there. It's like a little strip mall.
Okay. Is that located here in Hillsborough County?
Yes.
Do you know approximately how far Truth 18 is located from Home to Suites?
Off the top of my head, it's probably a mile or 2 away.
And were there any businesses that had surveillance video of that strip plaza in which Truth 18 is located?
Yes.
What businesses had video footage?
So the nightclub itself had a DVR system with cameras, and then the complex itself had camera systems that monitor just the general areas, and that was in the hair salon that was located within the property.
What was the name of the hair salon? If you need to refresh your recollection, you may do so.
Hubby's Hair Salon.
Okay. And did that business have video cameras that pointed to the parking lot of that strip plaza in which Truth 18 is located, as well as the stairway leading up to the entry to Truth 18?
Yes.
Were you able to locate video footage from June 23rd of 2024 that captured the victim, Charles Jones, and members of his entourage friends entering that location?
So in this instance, I downloaded just a block of video. I didn't necessarily examine it or look for the contents. It was just kind of like, we just need to secure this and then we review it at a later point.
And so was that blockage of video footage, did you provide that eventually to Detective Ramos?
Yes, sir.
What sort of blockage of time did you get from that business containing that area that we've talked about?
Basically from the time this incident occurred, the homicide, and a couple hours before.
And when you were there, did you confirm or verify, or one of the detectives with you confirm the date and the timestamp of the video footage from the Truth 18 Strip Plaza?
Yes, I did.
How off was the time for the video? If you need that to refresh your recollection, absolutely.
So we found that the video was 22 hours, 45 minutes, and 9 seconds fast.
And did you relay both that information and the video footage to the case detective in this particular case?
Yes.
Your Honor, may I have one moment?
Yes.
Your Honor, we passed the witness.
Okay. Okay, may this witness be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you, free to go.
No cross-examination because we watched the McDonald's video.
Okay, do you guys need a quick comfort break, or you want to keep going? Good? Okay, I think we're good. All right, call your next witness.
State calls Detective Angela Carter.
Angela Carter. I wonder what things she did that has nothing to do with Alicia Andrews. It's wow. Folks, have you hit the thumbs up yet? If not, please do so. And check so you're still subscribed.
Okay, you may proceed.
Because
Police Court.
Mr. Jingle
Good morning,
says
ma'am.
Good morning.
Would you please state your name?
I'm Detective Angela Carter,
And how are you employed?
Gwinnett County Police, Homicide Unit.
How long have you worked for Gwinnett County Police?
Since October 2016, so 9 years.
9 years. And how long have you been in the homicide unit?
Since September 2021,
Okay.
and I've been in investigations since March of 2020.
So you were an investigator in another area of the agency before homicide?
Yes,
Ma'am, are you certified under state of Georgia guidelines as a law enforcement officer?
yes,
And did you attend a police academy at the beginning of your career?
yes.
Since you've been in homicide, in addition to periodic and annual qualifications that you have to attend and complete for your certification as a law enforcement officer, have you completed and attended other training in relation to homicide investigations?
Yes, I have.
Right, so I'm going to call your attention to the morning of June 26th of 2024. Were you requested by a supervisor to respond to some location in reference to this case?
Yes.
And was that in the city of Norcross?
Yes.
And who was it that contacted you?
My sergeant, Michael Poppy.
Is Sergeant Poppy, is he Detective Sergeant of Homicide?
Yes, he is.
And where, do you recall where you responded to?
Yes, 5945 Oak Brook Parkway in Norcross, the Baymont Hotel.
Now, what time of day was this?
I got there around 9 o'clock in the morning.
All right, and where were you responding from?
My house, I just dropped my son off for school.
And were you on the way to work in any event?
Yes.
When you arrived on scene at that location, were there other officers there?
Yes.
Did you make contact with them and with your sergeant?
Yes.
He was there at the scene?
Yes.
And after speaking with them, were you alerted to the fact that an individual named Rashad Murphy had been taken into custody?
Yes.
Was there another individual there on the scene that was in the back of a patrol car?
Yes.
And were you alerted that that person's name was Charmaine Steiger?
Yes.
After arriving and speaking to your supervisor, did you make contact with her?
I did.
Did you actually walk up to the patrol car and open the door and speak with her through the door?
I did.
And at some point, did you request that she come with you to a precinct office?
Yes.
Did she agree to go?
Yes.
And once at the precinct office, did you end up interviewing her or attempting to interview her?
I interviewed her.
Okay. Did it come to your attention during that time that a cell phone had been located within the Chevy Cruze?
Yes.
And you were alerted when you came to the scene that Mr. Murphy had been detained after getting out of a Chevy Cruze?
Yes.
And that the Chevy Cruze was related to an investigation of a homicide here in Tampa?
Yes.
Was that phone that was found in the Chevy Cruze, was it brought to you by another officer?
Yes, it was.
When you received it, was it open and running?
Yes.
Was there an app or an application that was running on the phone?
Yes.
What type of application?
Maps.
So is that
Navigation.
a navigation application? Okay, that can be utilized as navigation or GPS.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely correct. Thank you for correcting me, Mavka. The 18-year plea deal is not true. So, no, she wasn't even given a plea deal. They actually believe they have a case. No deal ever offered. Yeah, I knew you told me that. Mavka told me that yesterday, but it slipped my mind for some odd reason. Thank you for reminding me.
And had Ms. Steiger given you consent and permission to go and obtain the phone and bring it to that location? Okay. Once you had it there with you, did you provide it to her to look at?
Correct.
All right, and she had asked to look at her phone?
Yes.
And after looking at it, did some message pop up that you actually visualized and saw on the screen?
Yes.
Did it have the name Julio Foolio on it?
Yes.
And after looking at that message, did Ms. Steiger tell you she no longer wanted to look at the phone?
Yes.
And at some point around that time, did you seize the phone?
I did.
Why did you do that?
To preserve evidence, because based on the content and evidence and conversations we had at that point, I believe that there was evidence in the phone. It's very easy to wipe data off phones and delete it.
Did you at some point, or was at some point that phone provided to another officer within the Gwinnett County Police Department for analysis or extraction?
Yes.
The phone was provided to this person to conduct a Celebrite extraction, is that correct?
A forensic download.
A forensic download, all right. And that's using software that is connected to the phone?
Yes, they use a program called Breakkey. They do a download of the phone, and then they put it into a Celebrite reader so we can review the content.
Okay, so that's a parsing application or software?
Yes.
And was that a Corporal Harden that conducted or attempted to conduct that download?
He did. He did.
All right. Now, did you have contact with detectives who were in route from Tampa up to Atlanta?
Yes.
And from that point forward, were you in communication with Detective Juan Ramos?
I was.
Was it brought to your attention that there was some difficulty trying to extract information from the phone?
Yes.
And why was that?
They had plugged up the phone to start the download with Breakkey, and it failed twice. So they wanted to leave it running all night, and they put it on a charger. Well, when it's being extracted with Breakkey, they have to use they have to plug it in through the charger, so they can't actually charge the phone. That way they had it on a wireless charger. So when they came back in the next morning, the phone had died, and they didn't know why. The case was still on it, and when they took the case off the phone, they realized that the back of the phone was damaged, so the wireless charger wasn't working.
All right, and for the record, you were showing the jury in the courtroom the
The
power,
charging port.
the charging port.
I didn't
Yeah.
know what it was called at first.
And so the phone had a case on it, such like similar to what you have on your phone, it appears. And when that case was removed, the protective case removed from the phone, there was damage noted.
Yeah, and that's what caused it to die, and the wireless charger not to work.
All right. And was there some information, though, that was extracted from the phone?
Yes, they were able to get a BFU, which is a before first unlock.
Was that provided to you?
Yes,
And did you start reviewing that information?
I did.
How did you do that?
Plugged it into my computer and opened Celebrate.
You have a Celebrite application on your computer?
No, it comes in the download.
In the download, okay. And that allows parsing or allows you to be able to read and review the information?
Yes.
While you were reviewing that and going through it, were you collecting images and information and communicating that information to Detective Ramos?
Yes.
And were you communicating and sending that to him through some electronic means?
Yes.
And what was that?
Phone, email, talking on the phone, stuff like that.
Were you assisting with this investigation?
At that time, yes.
Okay. Now, you've indicated that you were viewing images. Did you, in fact, take snips or record in some way the information that was on the computer screen?
Yes.
All right. Hang on one moment.
Yes.
Again.
Yes.
Oh, we have sidebar counter 10. 10 sidebars. Yes, for you who are new here. As a form of entertainment, I keep track on how many sidebars has been happening in. I do that in more or less every trial. Yeah, only 10. And I believe 6 of them was day one. So, and yeah, for instance, in the YSL trial, the young thug Rico trial up in Atlanta, Georgia.
A quick morning recess, so if you all would step into the jury room, we'll be with you momentarily.
All right. All right. Yeah, up in Georgia, I believe we ended up with over 400 for that trial. But that trial lasted a year. All right. Let's see if they are going to talk about something.
Okay, so currently it's corporal.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Since you've not.
Oh.
Okay, very good. Everyone have a seat. Okay, so is it corporal, detective?
Detective, but I'm corporal.
Okay, so currently it's corporal?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Since you've not yet been cross-examined, while we're on this break, you can't talk to anybody, including the prosecutors, about anything related to this case. So you're welcome to sit there, but you don't have to. So it's up to you. Okay, so very good. So you're getting your exhibits cleaned up, and then they're not calling Robert Howard. Are you all?
So that's an issue. Yesterday I subpoenaed him.
Yeah,
So if they're not calling, you want to call him.
that's why I'm asking.
He's at the jail.
So he won't be shipped. Was he writted here?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that there's some mechanism.
I am notifying the clerk right now. So Mr. Howard can go back today, but he's not to be released from the Hillsborough County Jail. Okay? He needs to stay here through, at this point, at least through October 31st. Okay?
Your Honor,
Oh.
we could also address the visit that occurred with Mr. Howard. I did have an opportunity to speak with him this morning, learning that that happened.
What visit?
I went to see him last night.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Howard is represented by counsel. Apparently that did come up in conversation, and that counsel was not present or notified of the meeting itself. Additionally, there were some concerns by Mr. Howard, at least related to me, about whether he was being recorded either by video or audio by the defense attorneys at that time. If that's the case, ask for an instruction from the court that can be destroyed.
So I can say it's not recording, audio or visual. I don't know where he's getting that idea from. But I did go and see him. I just said I subpoenaed him. I went to the jail myself to subpoena him. because I saw the state tear down the witnesses. And I was concerned that they might not call Robert Howard, so.
Okay, that's fine. So you're, as an officer of the court, you're saying that there was no surreptitious recording of Mr. Howard?
I was recording.
Okay, I'm just asking.
No, I didn't record.
Okay, he says he didn't record.
Understood, Your Honor. The questioning that took place also was without the presence of Mr. Howard, because he was asked questions.
Well, Mr.
about-
Howard, but without his
Without
counsel.
attorney, excuse me, because he was questioned not only about this case, but his federal case or potential exposure on that.
I didn't.
It's what was relayed to me. I was not there, Your Honor, so I can only
All
relay
right.
what the witnesses provided to me this morning.
I can tell you what I did ask him. The first question I asked him was whether he was represented in this case. I said, whether picking his right attorney or anything like that. He said no. And then I asked him, are you represented in your federal case? He said yes. I asked him, are you represented in your state probation case? He said no. I did not ask him about his exposure. He then asked me, am I in any trouble? Do I need to be represented in this case? And I said, you're not in trouble. Because he thought that maybe because I asked him the question whether he had representation, that maybe the state was coming after him for some reason. And I told him, you're not in any trouble in this case. I don't know anything about your other cases, but that's it. I didn't ask him about his exposure in this federal case.
Okay, so what are you asking?
Only that in advance of his testimony next week, that if the defense is going to call him, we employ the same procedures we typically do, which is both sides meeting, discussing the impeachable issues as far as priors, suspended cases, those types of things before Mr. Howard takes a stand.
Okay.
That's the only.
Well, you have to disclose any impeachment material. You don't have to, I know, you don't have to go over your strategy, but if you are intending to impeach him with anything, you just have to make sure it's been disclosed, or is otherwise.
Yeah, sadly in Florida, they're slightly different set of rules. For instance, in Georgia, you are not required to disclose defense material until your case in chief. Here you have to, which I think is absolutely horrendously bad. But that's just the way it is.
No.
He was deposed in the case. The state was present. Did he have that old paper copy or the digital copy? Have it. So.
Okay, so I guess what I'm hearing is if he made any statements to you when you met with him last night that you're going to use to impeach him, you have to disclose it.
There were none.
Okay, they're not going to use any statements that were made when Mr. McLyman met with him last night. Okay, so we should be good on that. All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll be back in 5 minutes. Get going.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that the prosecution is worried as fuck. I'm just, okay. Why are they worried? Well, so far, when they call civilian witnesses, they don't help the state's case. Some of them have been absolutely horrified. They're more or less being defense witnesses against the state's case. All right, let's skip through. We are not entirely caught up. Come on.
Bulls in the audience. Bulls in the audience. Okay, that's fine. Here comes Mr. Malcolm. So let's go ahead and bring in our jury.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We are 27 minutes behind.
I hadn't noticed until you said something. Now I'm just getting here.
She's in a good mood for a Friday.
So, yeah, I thought, well, from my perspective, I thought there was some glare on it, but then again, I'm not looking at it straight on. So are you gonna, should we maybe dim a light or something? Can we dim these lights?
Hey, Derek. Hi, Derek.
Well, they raised an issue that there's
Good to
glare
have you
on
here.
it, so.
Okay.
And I want to say we've had this problem before in this courtroom, and I think we've turned off some of the lights.
Okay, do you want to get Nancy?
Yeah, these, yeah. I'm having a vague recollection of having to do that previously.
Judge, I think it might be this center strip from the last time.
Yeah, we'll try and see what works. Can you guys put something up there so we can just take a look and see? Let the jury know we're just working on the glare situation.
You're not bringing them back, right?
Not yet.
Okay.
Do you see it or?
Okay, so they have some glaring issues.
This, oh, okay, you mean this top, there we go.
Yeah.
Is that better? No?
This strip right here. Across there. Yeah.
Can you just isolate that one? No.
By the,
But
top.
Okay.
What if we move the TV a little bit further back? Where's that, because I can't see from here, where's the strip coming through? Top, bottom, middle?
Actually, if you move it forward,
Come on.
Mr. McClimate, you're all
Get
sitting
it.
from the defense.
Move
You're
it,
welcome to
move
sit
it,
in the
move
jury
it.
box just to,
But isn't this supposed to be cross-examination?
I don't know, you guys tell me.
let me see. I can see it when I'm standing here, but maybe when they're sitting there. But I can still see the white strip going across, but I was going to suggest maybe pulling it back a little and angling it.
Can you guys see the screen?
Bring in the
I
jury.
believe you all notified the bailiff that there was a glare on the screen, so we have attempted to mitigate. It may be there still somewhat, but we're going to work on it this afternoon after you guys have been excused and hopefully eliminate it. This courtroom, it's courtroom number 1. The acoustics and the lighting are terrible, but what are you going to do? All right, very good. So with that, go ahead, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, Detective, before we took our break, Corporal, I was asking you about recording the images from the partial extraction from Ms. Steiger's phone.
Yes.
Your Honor, we would tender state 65.
Okay,
A
I
is in
thought
Alpha, 3 G is in golf.
they were done.
Any objection? Okay, admitted.
Moving to published state 65A. Is this one of the images that was on the phone, contained on the phone?
Yes.
All right. And is that a photograph of the driver's license for Rashad Murphy?
I'm
sorry, for Davion Murphy.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
I think that's Davion's.
Davion Murphy, yes, you're right, Davion Murphy. Down here in this access modified section, 6/18/2024, 5:29 p.m. and 6/18/2024, 5:29, 53 p.m. with UTC markings. Is that the date that would have been taken or collected by the phone?
Taken.
Taken, okay. State 65B, publishing. Was this an image that you also recorded and forwarded to Detective Ramos?
Yes.
And did you send the prior image to Detective Ramos?
Yes.
65A, all right. Now, in this photograph, this appears to be a photograph of possibly a crime scene with some officers in the scene.
Yes.
And was there a video, or I'm sorry, a music link attached to it for Young and Ace?
Yeah, it's a screenshot of what looks like an Instagram post, and when you post something on your story on like Instagram, you can tag and insert a video or a song with it, and that's what that is right there. It says "Don't Know Why" by Young and Ace.
Okay. And this is a date. This has a date of June 19th, 2024, 5:29:21 p.m. with again UTC +0 markings.
Yes.
What? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Come on, Law and Crime. What the fuck? You took it down? What was the name of that other? What was the name of that other? We looked at it in the beginning of the day. Trial trackers. Trial trackers. Okay. Hold on here. We were only half an hour behind, I think. No? All right, let's see here. We are back at trial trackers who have the rest. Jesus.
This modified section, 6/18/2024, 5:29 p.m. and
Sadly, we do
6/18/2024,
not
5:29, 53 p.m.
have-
with UTC markings. Is that the date that would have been taken or collected by the phone?
Taken.
Taken, okay.
Where everybody go subscribe to Trial Trackers,
65B,
who keeps
publishing.
the feed
Was this
up,
an image that you
even
also
when the court,
recorded and forwarded to
law and
Detective
crime
Ramos?
doesn't.
Yes.
And did you send the prior image to Detective Ramos?
Yes.
Oh,
65A.
machine gun
Now, in this
footage.
photograph, this appears to be a photograph of possibly a crime scene with some officers in the scene.
Yeah, here's the thing. You're not allowed to fire weapons live, but you are sometimes allowed to show a recording of it. So I don't know.
Yes.
And was there a video, or I'm sorry, a music link attached to it for Young and Ace?
Yeah, it's a screenshot of what looks like an Instagram post, and when you post something on your story on like Instagram, you can tag and insert a video or a song with it, and that's what that is right there. It says "Don't Know Why" by Young and Ace.
Okay. And this is a date, this has a date of June 19th, 2024, 5:29:21 p.m. with, again, UTC plus 0 markings.
Yes.
Is that the date that would have been found or recorded on the phone?
I believe it was a screenshot. That's the day it was screenshotted.
Screenshotted, all right. Now, 65C, and I think now we're dealing with a photograph of Rashad Murphy, is that correct, his DL?
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm
law,
pretty sure. I want to say yeah. It looks like it, but
Law and Crime privatized their stream after the stream was done. And luckily, we have Trial Trackers. Have I subscribed to Trial Trackers yet? Nope. No, I have. Ta-da!
name is very blurry. I can't.
Okay. And this is an identification card?
Yes, it is.
A Florida identification card, all right. So let me, maybe if I bring it up and show it to you. You can read, and I know it's a little blurry. Do you see the name Rashad Travion?
Yeah,
And I
I can see Travion very well.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen this before, so I know it's Rashad Murphy's, but I just wanted to make sure.
And it's potentially on this identification card is the last name Giacur and not Murphy. It's a different last name.
Okay, yeah, I can't see it.
Okay. Can I approach the witness again? John?
Yes.
And this is 65C that we've been publishing right below my finger.
Okay. But Murphy's up here, right? So I think that's what I'm saying. It's really blurry. I don't want to answer incorrectly.
Yeah, sustain is speculation.
Okay. 65C. Do you see the name Murphy above that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And you've seen this image previously when you were viewing it on the screen of your computer?
Yes.
And that is an image of Rashad Murphy?
Yes.
State 65D is in Delta Publishing.
Hi, Slidey over Drumble.
Was this an
Good
image
to have you
that you
here.
found with associated information in the partial extraction?
Yes.
And what is this image?
It's a screenshot of a contact.
What is the contact? Is there a name on it?
Yes, it's Goodman.
Is there a phone number associated to the contact?
Yes.
What is the phone number?
904-309.
And in the information as far as this image, is it recorded as to when that was placed in the phone?
Yes, June 22nd, 2024.
Is this an image that was found in the partial extraction? And this is state 65E is an echo.
Yes,
Does this appear to be a photograph?
yes.
What's in the photograph?
A black boot, black pants, a bag that has a charger, 305s, and a straight talk phone.
Okay. 305s are cigarettes?
Yeah.
All right. And is there a time and date as to the recording of that image?
Yes, it's June 22nd, 2024 at 7:09 a.m. in UTC time.
In UTC time. So that would be 4 hours ahead as far as Eastern Standard Time?
Sustain us to leading. Rephrase
Would
your
there be an
question.
offset between Eastern Standard Time and UTC?
Yes.
What is that?
4 hours.
Universal Time Code, is that UTC?
Yes.
State 65F is in Foxtrot, publishing. Was this another image that was in the partial extraction?
Yes.
What is in the image?
Rifle.
Are you familiar with the AR platform?
Somewhat, yes.
Does that appear to be an AR platform
Yeah.
rifle? And is there a time associated to the collection of that image in the phone?
Yeah, it's June 20th, 2024, 3:02 a.m. in UTC time.
State 65G is in golf. Was this an image that was on that extraction?
Yes.
Can you tell the jurors what this image is?
It is a screenshot of a message through Airbnb.
Okay. I'm going to try to zoom in on it so we can read it. Now, if you could start at the top, does there appear to be a name associated to the message?
Yes.
And what is the name?
The person that they're writing to is Rashad.
Okay. What is the name of the person on the top that is sending the message?
Anthony.
Can you read the message for us?
Yes. Hello, Rashad, and thanks for your reservation. I wanted to confirm right away your reservation at Lagoon Oasis starting on June 22nd, 2024 to June 24th, 2024. If you need any additional information, please do not hesitate to ask. You'll receive check-in instructions 2 hours before 3 to 5 p.m. on the day of your arrival through an email titled Lagoon Oasis Check-in Instructions. Our HOA requires for security purposes that all guests booking with us provide a valid ID through the Airbnb message portal. Failure to comply with this request will apply our cancellation policies. Regarding early check-in, if we finish preparing the room for you early, we will let you know so that you can check in early. There is an additional cost of $20 payable through the resolution. I look forward to hosting you.
Was there information recorded in the extraction showing when this was actually sent to the phone?
Yes.
And so you have a good opportunity to read that. Can you read for us the date it was created and the time?
June 22nd, 2024 at 8:11 a.m. UTC time.
This information was being relayed to Detective Ramos from the Tampa Police Department?
Correct.
Did you at some later time, Corporal, transport Charmaine Steiger's phone to the city of Tampa?
I did.
How did you go about doing that?
I personally transported it on a plane
On
and
a
gave
plane?
it to Detective Ramos.
Did you actually meet him at the Tampa airport?
I did.
May I have one moment, Your Honor?
Yes.
I'll tender the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, Cross.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Cross-examination.
All right, your involvement in this case, just want to get what your involvement was. You work in Georgia,
Yes.
and were you a sort of a supervisor of the individuals that were working in Georgia?
No, my sergeant called and asked me to come.
Okay, and so who was supervising the operation in Georgia?
We don't really have like a supervisor. I mean, I kind of became the main point of contact, but the way we work on the unit, we just all do stuff together.
Okay.
So there's no real like supervisor.
All right, no problem. But I guess, part of the investigation entailed you holding onto a phone, right?
Correct.
The phone that was inside of the cruise?
Yes.
And who had that phone?
Inside the cruise?
Yes. Do you know who had access to the phone?
Both of them, I believe.
Both
Both
of them?
Charmaine and Rashad.
Okay, so both Rashad and Charmaine. Were there any other phones recovered?
No.
This image, this is State Exhibit 65B. You mentioned this on direct, right?
Yes.
You know the significance of it?
I only did, at the time, I was still getting filled in on all the details, and I remember they had told me that there was like some beef between the victim in this case and another rapper named Young and Ace. So I was just going through it and then taking notes.
Okay.
So I just put this in there.
Understood. This exhibit, this is states 65D. You see the name Gutterman there, correct?
Yes.
Do you know who Gutterman is?
I did that back then. Yeah, I do now too. Sorry.
Okay. Is it Isaiah Chance?
Yes.
At least that's what the evidence tells you?
That's what I was told, yes.
Right. And that phone number there, do you know that phone number, 904-309-4707, if that belonged to Isaiah Chance?
I don't know. I don't think I did any additional research on that phone number. I just remember them asking for the name Gutta when I was going through the phone.
Okay, but for sure, that number does not belong to Alicia Andrews, is that correct?
I have no idea.
All right. So at least there's no evidence that you have that would suggest that that phone number belongs to Alicia Andrews.
Yeah, I have no evidence.
All right. Showing 65E, state 65E. This photograph, do you know who is depicted in this photograph?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good, you're good. Do you know who's
That's an interesting. Thank you, Marco. Yeah, they throw Young and Ace's name around in every trial, but he has never been a witness. Isn't that strange? And I assume he won't be a witness here either.
foot or leg is depicted in this photograph?
I don't.
Okay. You're not sure if that's Rashad or Davion?
No, I can't see any. I can't see their face.
Okay. And then what about the, I guess the significance of the photo itself? Do you know what this photo signifies?
So I took note of this because I had seen the surveillance footage, and it matched the clothing, and there were also some like jail calls later that mentioned the straight talk phone.
Okay.
Well, they didn't say a straight. They talked. What do they? They didn't want it to be tracked like an untraceable phone. I can't think of.
They call it like a burner phone?
Yes, burner phone
All right.
or trap phone or something.
Okay. But none of that conversation was surrounded with Alicia Andrews, correct?
No.
This is 65F, state 65F. That AR that you see there, I guess there may be two weapons there, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Were any of these recovered?
I don't know.
All right. So do you know if these were used in the murder?
I don't know.
And do you know if any of these weapons have anything to do with Alicia Andrews?
I don't know.
Oh, the prosecution is going to be so pissed off because they continue
Last
to bring in things that has
portion of the exhibit,
apparently
65G.
nothing to do with Alicia Andrews.
All right. The person sending this message, it looks like an Anthony, is that correct?
Correct.
At the very top, you see Anthony?
Yes.
And then it's sent at 3:55 a.m., correct?
Yes, that's what it says on there. Yes.
All right. And this is an email that you receive when you book an Airbnb with Anthony, right?
Through Ibrahim. Yeah.
Okay. Through Airbnb, this is
Yes.
Anthony's email.
Yes. The
All
Andrews
right.
property.
And this email is directed to Rashad?
Yes.
Rashad Murphy?
Yes.
Not Alicia Andrews?
No.
And this date, the dates for this booking, this Airbnb booking, are June 29th to June 24th, is that correct?
No.
Or, I'm
June
sorry.
22nd to June 24th.
Yeah, my numbers. June 22nd to June 24th, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, and it also states on there that all guests booking with us provided valid ID through the Airbnb message portal. Do you see that?
Yes.
All right, and do you know if Alicia Andrews' ID was ever provided?
I don't know because I went through the download before I learned of her name, and then I gave it to Detective Ramos. So when I was going through it, it was just the initial stuff I had at the time. I didn't know her name, so if there is her ID in the phone, I wouldn't have remembered it.
Understood. You conducted an interview with Charmaine Steiger?
I did.
That's the woman who was with Rashad Murphy
Yes.
in Georgia?
Correct.
And Charmaine Steiger is his girlfriend?
Child's mother.
Child's mother?
Yeah.
They were together?
At the time, yes.
All right. And Charmaine Steiger does not live in Georgia, correct?
Correct.
Neither does Rashad Murphy.
Correct.
They both live in Jacksonville?
Correct.
And they both live together in the same home at the time?
I think she said he had just started staying there. I don't know. I can't remember exactly. She said
Okay.
it was complicated.
All right. But they ended up in Georgia, was this the day after the murder?
No, it was the 26th, I believe.
A few days after the murder, you all found them in Georgia?
Correct.
Do you have any reason to be in Georgia?
Judge, objection, speculation.
If she knows, do you know?
I found an address associated with them, but I don't know or associated with Rashad, but other than that, I don't know.
All right. Rashad is supposed to have been in Florida, in Tampa, Florida, during the time of this murder. Is that correct?
Correct.
Charmaine Steiger told you she was with him in Jacksonville on the day of the murder.
Sustain the objection. Sustain.
Can we come sidebar? This is a
No.
non-hearsay statement, Judge. It's not for the truth of the matter asserted.
No, sustain the objection.
I mean, the prosecution has been allowed
Charmaine Steiger never got arrested, right?
I don't think so.
the prosecution has been allowed to speculate wildly. But here we go.
No
But
further
I do
questions.
agree with
Redirect?
Yes, sir.
that this was not
Corporal, you indicated that we just all do stuff together when you're conducting investigations. Were you talking about you and the other detectives in the homicide unit?
Yeah, we just all kind of take tasks and do it.
You work as a team.
Yes.
The photograph of the clothing states 65 feet. Of the leg with the boot on, the bag with the charger, the cigarettes, and the burner phone. The clothing you indicated matched the descriptions from the surveillance videos from the murder.
Correct.
Okay. I don't have anything else, Your Honor.
All right, may this witness be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Free
you,
to go.
Honor.
All right, do you have any other witnesses?
Oh, yes, Your Honor, we need to recall Officer Vega.
Okay.
Okay. Still, the defense keeps pointing out that what does this have to do with Alicia Andrews? And they can't say. It's amazing. I mean,
Vega, you remain under oath from when you were.
okay, a returning witness.
Your Honor, we would tender state 63A as an alpha through I as in India.
Any objection? Okay, admitted.
Moving to publish 63A. Officer Vega, do you recognize that individual?
Yes, sir.
Is that the individual that you arrested that got out of the Chevy Cruze?
Yes, sir.
Is that,
Oh, it's
Rashad
the
Murphy?
wrinkle shirt is
Is that
back.
the way he appeared that day?
Yes, sir.
Are those the jeans he was wearing?
Yes.
Still with newly bought. How can you have a
The
shirt
Chevy
that
Cruze
both
wasn't impounded and
looks-
taken to a facility.
well, you can see the creases still. It's a new shirt and it's still worn. It still looks like he wore this shirt to bed last night.
Related to the Gwinnett County Police Department.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show you state 63B. Is that a photo of the hood and the front end of the car?
Yes, sir.
And 63D. Does that appear to be the driver's side of the car?
Yes, sir.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, any
Thank you,
requests?
officer.
No, Judge.
Okay, all right. May this witness now be excused.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
very good, thank you. All right, any additional witnesses?
No, you're not. No, Your Honor, not at this time.
Okay, all right, so good news for you all anyway. It's 11:10, so I kept my promise to you all that you would be done no later than noon today. So while we're on this break, just remember my previous admonitions. While we're in this weekend recess, don't read, watch, listen to any news accounts related to this case. Don't do any independent investigation, and don't talk to anybody about anything related to this case. This weekend, talk about anything except anything related to this case, all right? Very good. So you all have a good weekend. We'll see you back here Monday morning at 9 a.m.
All right. Okay, let's see if they are going to talk to the attorneys. This. Let's see. Yeah, they are going to have hearings now. Ooh, now we get to the meat of the matter. They are going to have some motions and stuff. So this will be,
Okay? Very good.
for me at least, very, very
Do we
interesting.
need, I think there is an exhibit that's still in dispute, correct?
Yes.
75, and remind me again which,
C3.
C3. Is that the only one, 3 and 10?
Judge, yes, it is 3 and 10.
Okay, so can someone show me again, 75C3?
Yes, Judge, I don't think so.
Before we listen to that, remember, folks, today, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Slightly Buzzed Friday Law Show on this channel right here. We will go through disgraced former trooper Michael Proctor and exactly how royally fucked he is when even the union abandons him. And for you who are new here, union jurist, my wheelhouse. So I can actually tell you exactly how fucked former trooper Proctor is when the union abandons you. Also, Laura Owens, the serial fake pregnancy woman, probably made fraud to the court. And then we will talk about whatever you want to. Oh yeah, Lethal Lauren, we are getting her a tramp stamp. So that from 4:30 p.m. today at Slightly Buzzed Friday Law Show. Okay, let's get back to listen to what will be going on in this hearing.
We might turn up the lights now.
Need the lights up here?
Might as well.
I'll work on it after.
Okay, sure. Okay, so tell me, what am I looking at here?
Yes. No, they're not. Starting on, I have to say this
Okay.
Sure.
What is this?
The messages, which are to what appears to be an iCloud, Your Honor, are iMessages back and forth with this defendant and a 6-block member, so a member of the opposing side of her current boyfriend from back in 2020. That 6-block member is explaining to her some of the issues that he is having with Charles Jones. These are the messages during which or in which the defendant specifically talks about the witness. Mr. Howard specifically talks about his involvement.
2020, 4 years before the murder. Hi, Eng. She is the defendant in this case was denied bond, so she is in jail while this trial is ongoing.
In his activity that's occurring in Jacksonville and about the death of Bibby, another source of what we expect some of the testimony to be. These messages with this individual also discuss J. Jacory Rivers is the true name of Mr. J. And he is associated in this case in that he funded or sent the money for the Airbnb to the defendant's boyfriend, Mr. Chance, in advance of his using his Airbnb or his Cash App account to book the room with Mr. Murphy. So that's why we are seeking to admit these, number one, for the defendant's knowledge of, again, this ongoing issue between the two.
Why are we doing this mid-trial? Why was this not done pre-trial? This in the middle of the damn trial.
Groups, but additionally the link to the other.
This is something I, honest to God, really hate about some prosecutions. Is that why do you want to admit this? If you haven't brought it up, the defense, everything here, every piece of evidence should be clear. We are bringing this in, pre-trial. Because mid-trial, the defense already have its structure, their line of defense. And all of a sudden, oh, we want to bring in this as well. Oh, I hate it. Should never be admitted. Mid-trial, oh, Your Honor, we want to bring in this. Fuck no. Sit down, shut up. That should be the answer.
Individuals associated to this case.
Okay, so where it says, who is kshorty335 at iCloud.com?
His street name is K Shorty. His real government name is Therese Powell.
Therese Powell. Okay, and so when I'm looking at this, for example, the first line says, you don't even sleep that hard, so you gotta be OTP. Who's sending and who's receiving?
The email that's above those messages on the left side are from Kay Shorty's account. So that's the email associated essentially with, for example, iMessage, right? So those would be from him.
Okay.
And if you look to the other side, how it looks like it's tabbed, that would be from the defendant in response to him.
Okay, so then, for example, the response to that, and you're telling me this is from the defendant, okay, I get that, I wasn't saying you can't post her, I just feel like you're not ready to talk to nobody, that's all. That would be from Ms. Andrews.
Correct, this is an extraction from Ms. Andrews' device.
Okay, okay. And so there's some then, so I guess just preliminarily looking at this, there appears to be a lot of extraneous conversation about a lot of other stuff that may not be relevant to this trial. That's kind of my initial first thought at looking at this.
If the court looks to looking at the 10/4/2020 message, that is the message in which I'm specifically referencing the defendant speaking about, or the Kay Shorty, messaging to the defendant specifically about the witness that we were discussing earlier, Mr. Howard, and Bibby, the person that was with Mr. Howard during the murder of Spaz, or the person that was referenced yesterday, also the co-defendant's younger brother and cousin.
Okay, and this would be the message, you said 1020, which from Kay Shorty begins, all I want you to do is protect me and make sure nothing happened to me because I'm gone, do the same. Don't let nobody know we talked that you think gone, get around to somebody else because you never know what other people, anyway, it's a very long run-on sentence. So is that?
Yes, it's a very long run-on paragraph. It actually starts at the 11:36 message from that same date, Your Honor. So on 10/4/2020 at 11:36 a.m. There's a very long run-on. It's just not able to be captured on the same page.
4 fucking years before the event. This is insane.
Okay, and so defense, what's your objection?
Several, Judge. I'll start with first just the meaning of the messages. They are even earlier than the messages that we objected to on yesterday. These messages are from October of 2020. The second issue is knowledge, Ms. Andrews' knowledge of what is happening in the city, connected to people, some of them that she knows, some of them that she doesn't know, none of them that she has a specific personal relationship with, is not a material issue in this case. It is a collateral issue. Whether or not she knows what's happening, every witness that's come up here has some idea about what's happening. It's not a material issue. The issue is whether or not she had the intent, whether or not she agreed to be involved in this conspiracy for a specific murder. There's no discussion about this murder that would happen 40 years later, or any intent of hers to be involved in it. It's completely not relevant. Also, the way the state characterizes these messages is very different than what it actually is. This is a man, a young guy at this point, and a young woman having a conversation about whether or not they're going to be in a relationship. This gentleman seems to be possibly suffering maybe from PTSD, or I don't even know what the messages are. It's just very long. Him talking about somebody accusing him of something that he didn't do and pouring his heart out, hoping that, he can live a normal life. He adamantly even denies being a part of it, so he's not an admitted member of any gang. And I haven't heard any testimony from any officer that he's a part of a gang, and I don't expect to because it's not a relevant matter to this specific case. This is another attempt to, quite frankly, reach and stretch the idea that she is somehow involved in this particular murder because 40 years ago she had a conversation with a guy who was romantically interested in her, who was really talking about wanting to live a normal life and be away from all of this, and how he's warning people to stay away from it. So it's not even it is not actually the way that they're framing it, but even if it were, the fact that she knows these people, she lives in Jacksonville, Your Honor. She is from Jacksonville. It is inevitable that she's going to know people or have communication with these people. Her association, and I don't mean association literally with the gang, I mean knowing these people or coming into contact with them, is not a material issue in this case. It is another attempt by the state to put this before the jury to make it appear as though she is associated with the gang when their own expert officers, detectives, are going to testify that she's not associated with the gang. It's really just an attempt to sour the jury, to inflame their passions, and to make it appear as though she spent her entire life being, cozying up to gang members. It's not relevant at all to what this case is about, and Your Honor has already limited the scope of what they're allowed to discuss outside of the actual murder. It's supposed to be limited to this 2023 shooting, and here we are again attempting to elicit, this person is not going to testify. I mean, there's a hearsay issue as well, but this is just not relevant information. It's confusing to the jury. It's not relevant to what they need to decide, and I don't see any probative value to any issue in this case. Her messages back to him are not discussing, it's not even connected to what she discussed, to what was discussed yesterday in the text messages. She's talking about not being romantically involved or being romantically involved with this guy, him being a good person, her being a good person. This is not relevant at all to what we have. It's just an attempt to paint her, as a bad person who likes to be around gang members. It has nothing to do with the actual allegations in this case.
Okay, so again, I view this as direct evidence, not collateral evidence, and I did limit the collateral evidence as you indicated, but her statements, or her knowledge of the gang involvement and Julio Foolio and then the beef between the gangs is,
are you kidding me?
Relevant to the case. But my biggest issue with this, these are just really long, run-on, nonsensical. There's parts of it in here, for example, where there's talk about Julio Foolio specifically. Again, the second page of this exhibit.
Your Honor, I'd be happy to work with the exhibit and highlight more relevant portions, provide an updated copy of that to the defense. My only concern is the defense wanting the evidence surrounding those statements, but in the event that a more redacted version where it's just specifically talking about the parties related to this case and the individuals that were actually present with the decedent, I am happy to do that.
And Your Honor, if I can add, well, first, if the court is going to ultimately allow the man, I would like the opportunity to parse through, what we would.
Sure.
But also, Your Honor, based on the information that they introduced yesterday, the state has already established that she is knowledge. And it goes back to my point, what is the actual purpose of this outside of attempting to paint her in a particular manner? And I don't think it's relevant. I understand the court's ruling, but outside of it already being established, it becomes cumulative. It becomes confusing. These are more names of people that are not involved in this particular incident. And additionally, Your Honor, it's prejudicial. It's significantly prejudicial. And I'll also add this. If knowledge of the gangs, because the way the state is painting it is though she has some kind of specialized knowledge of these, these incidents and these people, I don't expect objections when we question their witnesses about how common this information is, right? When we question them about the comments on, social media, the things that people seem to be aware of, the people that make videos and appear to have intimate knowledge about what's going on. If knowledge is, if they're painting her to have some sort of specialized knowledge, then I would expect there to be any sort of objections or limiting to us establishing this is actually not specialized knowledge. This is information that anybody in proximity or with a phone could get access to because everyone is talking about it everywhere.
Okay, well, that sounds like your cross or closing argument, right?
Maybe both.
Okay. Okay, so you do need, I want you, state, to attempt to redact this, just to, like, pertinent parts. Like, I can make out in here, for example.
Rule of completeness. Rule of completeness. All the gibberish. All the gibberish.
Julio Foolio and 6 Block and ATK and who's involved and who's not involved. And so that kind of thing is going to be more relevant than a lot of this other stuff that's almost, to me, indecipherable.
Yes, Your Honor.
So anyway, so try and pare it down, run it by the defense, and then see if you guys, I know you don't agree to this coming in, but just take a look at their redactions, and if you are going to argue for further redactions, or if you want stuff left in for the rule of completeness, then let them know as well. So I'd rather have them start being conservative with their redactions and go from there, okay? And then.
And just to sort of add, again, there were 370,000 artifacts on this iPod device. I don't know if, the court, I don't know if it's something we need to address now, but I don't want this to continue to be an issue where we're continuing every time that Julio Foolio's name is mentioned that it's going to be admitted because my client, was in a conversation about it.
Well, let me put it this way. So as far as the exhibits for the state's case in chief, they've identified 75C3 and 75C10. So that's what we're discussing. So I don't know if the defendant testifies, if there's going to be something else that they're going to want to use to impeach her. I have no idea, but we're just talking about state's case in chief.
Correct, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Right?
Okay, well, as far as I know, this is the only exhibits that they produced to you that you're objecting to. Not the only exhibits, but the two we're discussing. Okay, so then what is, so I'm going to overrule the objection to 75C3, but with the caveat, I want the state attempt to redact this to the truly pertinent portions of the message exchange.
And for the record, because I don't believe I said this, we also would object on basically hearsay.
Okay.
As it's related to the other person's statements, and based on what the state is saying, it appears as though they are attempting to elicit this for the truth of the matter, that she was aware of what was actually occurring, and that what he's saying is actually true. So we object on that basis as well.
Well, I think they're attempting just to show what her knowledge is, not that any of this is factually accurate per se. It's certainly not grammatically accurate, I can tell you that. Okay, so 75C10, what am I looking at?
Your Honor, 75.
These are messages from 2023? Or
is it maybe C1?
It's marked as C10.
It's C10. We already discussed.
Oh, yes, that's correct. It's
The only
just
other
for
one we
number.
did was C2, which yesterday.
Yes, the exhibit list lists the defendant's number and can also include the co-defendant's number, but the messages for C10 are those between this defendant and her boyfriend, Isaiah Chance.
Okay, what's the objection?
Let me just confirm.
Do you want to see the exhibit?
Yes,
Sure.
what I have looks like the C1.
Come on up.
Well, we have about 7 more minutes of this. So this is the last thing that happened today in court.
Sure.
They are debating if this is admissible or inadmissible. And I don't like when the prosecution, this is on day 3 of the trial. And now they bring, hey, we want to admit this as well. Should have been done pre-trial.
You couldn't get back in.
We did that on purpose.
Here you go.
Okay.
What's the relevance?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, she is.
Okay, so,
Judge, we object for all the same reasons.
okay. And what's the relevance of this?
Your Honor, as it relates to the messages in C10, the communications between these two devices are both, again, the same basis, the knowledge, but specifically in the instance of the April 10th of 2023 messages, the defendant's co-defendant, Mr. Chance, is referencing 23. That person will be one of the individuals that were shot and killed at the town center that was referenced and will be ultimately referenced by Arganians as well in this case. It, again, goes to her knowledge of not only her knowledge of those killings in the dispute, but the defendant's boyfriend, or Mr. Chance, the co-defendant, actually explaining to her what occurred there and why he will not return there, and essentially providing her with additional information about his problems with the other gang. Lastly, the first page, did you include that? How many pages does the court have?
2.
Okay, that's it. Those are the only ones.
What's the TikTok hyperlink in here? What's that for? Do you know?
I do not. It would not reopen. The town center shooting that they're speaking about was the shooting in which 4 individuals were shot up, 3 of them died, 1 survived. That first music video was about. And again, that the When I See You music video by our victim was published regarding. Their photos are preserved in that music video. That was primarily what kicked off both sides.
Okay. I'll overrule the objection. All right, here we go. Okay.
Did I understand the defense to make an additional objection to 75C1?
I didn't hear it. I think when we first discussed this, we already discussed the 3 items. So on 75C1 is a text now chat dated June 17th of 2024.
Yes, Your Honor, just to be clear, those are the 2 messages, the blue messages to.
Basically, she's a conspirator, convictor, because her boyfriend told her about an incident. Because it goes to prior knowledge about gangs. This is
Does the
stupid.
court have a copy of that?
I don't.
It's the 1 page, just 1 paragraph. Okay, yes, I don't have a objection.
Okay. There you go. Okay. Okay, anything else we need to discuss before we break for the day? All right, so it looks like, State, you might rest on Tuesday, maybe?
Judge, I'm
Possibly. I know that Detective Ramos's examination is going to be rather lengthy, and I anticipate his cross will be as well.
Okay.
And they're, so.
Okay, so you guys, whenever it is state rest, you all just need to be ready to go with your, if you've got any witnesses other than your client. Okay, so if you need Mr. Howard transported, you just need to make sure that you let me know so that way we can request him to be transported the day before.
But if they are going to conclude on Tuesday, which I don't know if that's.
Yeah,
We can go into Wednesday. I
That's
think
fine.
Ramos is going to be pretty lengthy.
I guess I'm just trying to tell you guys, you need to be ready to roll into your case, assuming you're gonna put one on. That's all I'm saying.
So, yes, I'm trying to figure out the logistics. So if they're going to end Tuesday, then we want Robert Howard Wednesday. If they're gonna end Wednesday, I guess depending on the time,
Yeah.
and we want Robert Howard Wednesday still, but it's gonna probably be Wednesday and Thursday.
All right, so it maybe sounds that most likely would be Wednesday for Mr. Howard, is what I'm hearing. Okay,
I think so, because we saw the medical examiner, the ballistic expert, and some witnesses from Jacksonville.
sure, okay. All right, so maybe possibly closings Thursday? Okay. Okay. So we'll see. Okay. All right, very good. You guys enjoy your weekend too. All right, we'll see you all Monday morning at 9 a.m.
Okay, that was day 3. In my opinion, it's not the prosecution. It's an extremely weak case, in my opinion. But we seem to have Monday, Tuesday, possibly Wednesday of the state's case. Most of it will be this infamous lead detective who at the time had 4 months as a homicide detective. This was his first case, first as a lead detective. His testimony will be lengthy, of course. The cross-examination will be interesting. The next week will be really, really interesting. Because if we have actually listened to more than half of the state's case, and I'm actually further from a guilty verdict than after the opening statements. Folks, here's how I do it. Basically, I hear the opening statements, then I have questions. The prosecution has to answer each and every one of these questions until I only have unreasonable questions left. Then it's the defense case, which might give us more questions. And then you have the prosecution's redirect. And let's just say this. If they haven't convinced me, if I'm not even convinced beyond a reasonable doubt after the state's case in chief, it's not going to happen that I get myself to a guilty verdict. So if they don't spring out something absolutely horrendously fabulous whatevers on Monday or Tuesday, this should never have been brought to trial. This is a waste of time as of now. All right, folks. In 4 hours, Slightly Buzzed Friday Law Show. I will start sending out invites to some guests I want on, because we are talking about Trooper Proctor and Laura Owens and other things. We will also have a fundraiser for Michael Maracini, who is a victim of Laura Owens. That is an ongoing case. And in that ongoing case, Lethal Lauren, who is a fellow streamer, has promised that if we get Michael Maracini's fundraiser to $50,000 before November 1st, it's currently at 42.5, she will get a tramp stamp. So, and how will we do that? With the help of the Wheel of Regrets. So, folks, 4:30 p.m. And the rules of engagement is $100 to the fundraiser, $25 to me. Will buy you a spin on the Wheel of Regrets. Okay? And Dave has already, he has specifically bought shots for me. So on this wheel, you have bourbon, tequila, gin, vodka, hot sauce, sour punch bites, and stuff like that. Sunyu! So that is for 4:30 p.m. today. I will actually redirect you to that stream so you can press that, what do you call it? The remind me button or whatever it's called, or notify me button, and press the like and everything so you actually turn up once I start. All right, folks. I will see you in 4 hours. You all have a good one. And yeah, I will see you later today.
Sail the raven waves, brothers, axes high, shields strong. From distant lands we gather, hearts of fire all along. Oh, big Nick calls we follow, through the storm and through the fight. For Valhalla we will borrow strength and might under moonlight. Warriors of the ancient sea, songs of glory dark and bold. In the night, our spirits free, legends born, tales unfold. Oh, big because we follow, through the storm and through the fight. For Valhalla we will borrow strength and might under moonlight. From horizons wild we roam, with thunder in our soul. Every battle brings us home to the stories ages told. Oh, big Nick calls we follow, through the storm